The Sydney Bears return to the AIHL finals for the first time since 2010, and they take on a Perth Thunder side desperate to break their finals duck. This is the second semi-final of the AIHL final series presented by Air Canada.
Here come the Braves, and a save there, and they score! So here's Lassett with a shot, and he scores! And he tries to net walking, and he shoots and scores! Mustangs draw first blood.
Teresi gets a shot and scores! 4-4.
Lachlan going to the net, shoots, and he scores!
And then towards Cox. Cox gets the shot away, Davis makes the save. No, it's in! It's in! Perth take the lead!
From O'Brien Group Arena in Melbourne, this is your AIHL Game of the Week. The 2018 regular season is brought to you by Air Canada, who offer the only daily and non-stop service to Vancouver. For details, visit aircanada.com.au. Owners or direct infrastructure investor with a portfolio worth in excess of $50 billion. ATC Productions, your live event technical provider. And APA Group, delivering Australia's energy.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the 2018 AIHL Final Series presented by Air Canada, live from the O'Brien Group Arena in Melbourne. It's semi-final number 2 between the Sydney Bears and the Perth Thunder. The winner will progress through to the Goodall Cup final to play the CBR Brave, who beat the Melbourne Mustangs earlier today 5-1. Hello, everybody, I'm Steve White, and welcome to a huge weekend of hockey ahead as we talked about the CBR Brave through to the Goodall Cup final. Only one team left to place them. That will be either the Sydney Bears or the Perth Thunder, and we will know in a couple of hours' time just who will face the CBR Brave with the most coveted prize in Australian hockey. As we take a look at the Owners' infrastructure, keys to success for today's game. For the Thunder's secondary college, their secondary lines have got to get the scoring done on the board, particularly with the loss of Landon Oslansky. Traffic jam. They're going to get traffic in front of Anthony Kimlin and take away his vision. Sydney Bears, net neutrality. They've got to have a standout performance from Anthony Kimlin. He is the rock of the Bears lineup. And Rushmore, the defensemen, have got to join the rush, put pressure on the Thunder D, and put pressure on Peter DeSalvo. As we take a look at the Skaters Network players to watch, Cloppy.
Yeah, thanks, Steve. Graham Strugoff for the Sydney Bears. He's been a critical player, particularly in the past couple of weeks. He's a physical defenseman, but he's also a classy one. And some of the stuff he did last week against the Mustangs, teaming up with the likes of Charlie Adams and co. And that was superb. His passing is magnificent. Pierre-Olivier Grand-Maison, league-leading scorer, tied it with Trevor Gurley. We saw him put it in the start term in the semi-final. He is class. He is very quick. He's a great shot, and he's going to be an absolute key today. And Michael Schlamp, the Bears captain, the Bears veteran, he's had a career year, and he's been a joy to watch this year. He's enjoying his hockey, and he's going to be one of those players. He was there for their last Goodall Cup win. He wants to add another trophy to the captain.
Absolutely, and will Schlampy be there tomorrow? Hoisting the Goodall Cup, we shall see. But firstly, he's got to get past the Perth Thunder, and someone who knows something about winning Goodall Cups. 3 of them to be exact. It's a very good evening to Paul Jaffa-Watson.
Thank you, Tonsils. Well, Cloffy, I can tell you right now, we've got 2 different teams tonight. We've got the Sydney Bears, a thinking man's team. They think the game. Where you got Perth Thunder, they play on instinct. It'll be a clash of the 2 different styles. And for mine, it's hard to pick. Don't know about you. What do you think, Cloffy?
Well, for me, the Sydney Bears, watching the Sydney Bears, she's been a joy. This is a team, they made a lot of changes during the off-season. They've changed their style a bit to be a bit more offensively minded, but they're a very happy club. Been to a couple of games at Macquarie this year, and they're a happy club. Everyone's playing for each other, and you can hear it even when they came out. The fans roared. So this is a club that's feeling good about itself right about now, and they'll want to take that one step further as well to make it a really good year.
So, the Sydney Bears, their first trip to the final since 2010. Let's take a look at how they got there.
After a summer that saw a series of high-profile departures, expectations were low for the Sydney Bears in 2018. But after a stellar season, the Bears have proven to be the surprise package of the AIHL and are making their first appearance in the finals since 2010.
Play there for the Sydney Bears, Etienne Dutoit. He makes it 2-1.
Gone are the days of the dour defence-first brand of hockey that has become synonymous with the Bears. The name of the game now is an attractive, balanced style where the organised blue line is complemented by a speedy offence that is prepared to get in dirty areas to create scoring chances.
Absolute laser beam there from Ryan Lock.
Mighty Roos goalie Anthony Kimlin has been a rock between the pipes. Veteran captain Michael Schlamp is having a career year, and import Charlie Adams has hit a purple patch of form at the right time of the season.
On that. That was a lovely bit of hockey.
Well, the top line does the bulk of the scoring. Every member of the Bears team knows and plays their roles, meaning this team will be no pushover. And then there's a late shot after the whistle as Strugoff goes out, and now Strugoff is just taking on anyone in his distance. The Bears come into the weekend having won the Goodall Cup twice in their history, the last in 2007.
And that last footage was Jaffa when he was 20 years old, apparently.
Exactly.
That's what you claim anyway. But
that was a good flashback there, Tonsils.
the last time the Bears won the Goodall Cup there in 2007, Michael Schlamp and Vlad Rubes and Thomas Landert are still active players from that Bears lineup. But as we go across to the other coast, the West Coast, let's take a look at how the Perth Thunder got to the 2018 AIHL final.
In spite of a poor final third to the season, perennial contender Perth Thunder are back in the AIHL finals presented by Air Canada for another year. Pierre-Olivier Grandmaison scores and it's 1-1. Once again, the Thunder have been rewarded with clever recruiting of imports. Brent Bro has provided stability. Pierre-Olivier Grandmaison has been one of the classiest players in the league this season, finishing as the AIHL's leading scorer, and goalie Peter DeSalvo has again been the rock the Thunder have been built around. And DeSalvo makes the save. Perth Thunder will have the win. Amongst the locals, the line of Geordie Kiros, Andrew Cox and Jonathan Bremner has been one of the most improved lines in the AIHL this season, bringing plenty of energy with every shift and reducing the Thunder's reliance on imports.
And it's all even here at the Perth Ice Arena.
Perth Thunder have yet to win a Goodall Cup in their short history. Despite making the AIHL finals in 4 of the past 5 seasons, they are yet to progress past the semi-final stage, including last year's 6-2 loss to CBR Brave. We now move into their second consecutive AIHL grand final. They'll be taking on the Melbourne Ice, but for the Perth Thunder, another year of disappointment at finals.
Yes, and as you can see, the Perth Thunder looking to break their AIHL semi-finals duck here this evening. As we take a look at the bracket, it's a pretty simple equation here at the AIHL. Just the 2 semi-finals. We already know the result of the Brave Mustangs game that was played earlier. The CBR Brave progressed through to the AIHL Goodall Cup final. They will meet either the Sydney Bears or the Perth Thunder tomorrow for all the marbles, so to speak, and the 3rd oldest active trophy in hockey. So we can't wait for the start of this one. It's the Bears and the Thunder AIHL final, semi-final number 2, coming up live from the O'Brien Group Arena right after this.
So O'Brien Group Arena is a venue for the second semi-final of the 2018 final series presented by Air Canada. It is the Bears and the Thunder. We can see there one of the backup goaltenders, Ashton Brooks, for the Sydney Bears, of course the team in red today. I don't think there'll be much use for a backup goaltender with the Perth Thunder. It's pretty much Peter DeSalvo or bust for the Perth Thunder.
Fair call.
As I think no other goaltender has actually been on ice for a minute for the Perth Thunder this year.
No, you're quite right. And if I may take this opportunity to just say, this will be a classic game of hockey, this, where you've just got instinct, as I said earlier, working on a thinking man's game. The Sydney Bears are the masters of the neutral zone trap. They absolutely frustrate you to death with patience, and they just bring that edge because they also can turn it on a dime and become offensive. Perth Thunder, they absolutely go all out offensive hockey. So looking forward to this game. But a big blow for them is going to be the omission of Landon Orslansky, who got suspended in the final game of the season. Oh. Up to 2-game suspension. Yep. Much talked about suspension during the week amongst AIHL circles. Yes. But it was an automatic suspension, so there was no tribunal. There really wasn't any real avenues for appeal as well. And he's going to be a major bloke because he's their general. He's the guy that sets their plays up. And he's got one of the most wicked shots from the blue line we've seen in this league. It's not only quick and hard, it's accurate. Yeah, there you go. And they're probably going to need some of that to beat Anthony Kimlin, who's been an outstanding goaltender for the Sydney Bears this year. Well, is he the goalie of the year, Tonsils?
Yes, he is. He was. I mean, there was a lot of debate about, oh, Matt Hewitt should have got it, etc., etc. I mean, fair enough. You're going to make a case for Matt Hewitt. Absolutely. No question about it. I think, in my opinion, that Kimlin, they built the team off him. Okay. And, I think in terms of what he brings to the team, maybe a little bit more than Matt Hewitt. I mean, you can debate that either way. I know, fair enough, you're quite entitled to your opinion, but I think, particularly this season, he had a AIHL World Stage. Let's go to centre ice for the pre-game festivities, and then we'll be back with the start of play.
CD Dodd scrap medal to perform the ceremonial puck drop. And can I also invite both captains forward? Can we please have Jamie and Michael come forward? And now, ladies and gentlemen, please rise and remove all headwear as we welcome Kelly Del Pozo to the ice to sing the national anthem.
Australians, oh, let us rejoice, for we are young and free, with golden soil and wealth for toil. Our home is good by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts of beauty, rich and rare. In history's page, let every stage advance Australia fair. In joyful strain, then let us sing. Advance Australia fair.
So that's the end of the pre-game ceremonies for this second semi-final between the Sydney Bears and the Perth Thunder in the AIHL finals presented by Air Canada. Now, Paul Jaffa-Watson, your thoughts on today's game?
Well, Michael, I'll share this with you. Let's look at the stats between the two teams. Sydney Bears versus Perth Thunder. Over the season here, we have the Bears of 2 wins and 1 in overtime, and then we've got the Thunder 1 in overtime. I tell you, it counts for nothing right now, because tonight they're going to bring it all. And I'm talking to Stan Scott before, the owner of Perth Thunder. They want it bad. They've been close to the dance, and they want to make it happen. For mine, Sydney Bears, they haven't been to this show for quite a while, but they bring experience. I mean, there's some of these guys here played nearly when I played. Good old Rubes, I see you still getting the game. But I tell you, they will bring smarts. They are a very clever hockey team.
And you can see there Ryan Annesley actually having the pep talk to the team. He's, in many ways, he's the brains behind the Sydney Bears this year.
And I just think you'll see some players really standing up.
As now both sides are breaking away from their huddles before their semi-final, and a chance to look at our starting goaltenders presented by CD Dodd Scrap Metal Recyclers. And Peter DeSalvo and Anthony Kimlin, two of the best goaltenders in the league. You can see there, Peter DeSalvo, by his usual high standards, 3.43 as a goals against average, is not what we expect to see from him. But the save percentage above 90%, and Anthony Kimlin with 92%, and over the 2.4. That shows how good he has been this season.
Yeah, I mean, like, well, Peter DeSalvo, we talked about the Thunder defence with Goranson and Hazelhurst leaving, but doesn't matter now because they're at the semi-finals. This is all that matters.
An opening face-off between the Bears and the Thunder. The Bears are in the red, the Thunder in the white, and they win the face-off. It's going to be sent into the corner now. It's going to be a foot race. Brian Foons, the Australian representative, gets it there towards Annesley. There's his own law now. He was outstanding last week against the Mustangs. But he might have got 4 goals at the top, mate, actually. And the Perth Thunder with a shot that's well wide. We're backhanded by Bro. And the import, who's seen plenty of, had tasted much finals defeat, and he'd be looking to reverse that trend. Now Adams, one of the informed players of the Bears, shot was well high. For Brocker. Tomic Sack starting early there for the Thunder. Tyrell Clare, shot was wide off the boards. And Sack again now for the Thunder. Leave it behind. And already both sides bringing the line changes. The Schlam gets a shot. Here's a chance for the Bears, but Thomas Stephen, he fluffed his lines when the net was nearly empty. What a start that would have been for the Sydney Bears if he had got that one. The Tyrell Clare plays that one off the boards. Cox, happy to concede some territory. And it's David Kudler, now Alistair Pundler, one of the big improvers in terms of local players in the league this year for mine. And a regular spot in the Thunder blue line. So Kudler happy to play off the boards to Bremner. Talking about local players made big improvements. Cox from a tight angle. Kudler sends that one in the corner. Cox back to Kudler. Will fire on net. The shot was well wide. Oh, pass there looking for Cox. Couldn't find him. Now Kudler. And it's kept in by Pundler. So Stephen clears the zone. Now Woodman, the captain for the Thunder. Pass that Bro out there with Gray Maison, whose shot was well high. The pass was just on the wrong side of him to get a really penetrating shot away. Now Gray Maison. Here's a chance now, and that was Simon Kudler just had a chance there, couldn't capitalise. And vicious pass, nearly came unstuck. Now Bro. The Grand Maison saved there by Kimlin. He was tripped up but no call, and Kimlin will make the save. And this first period proudly brought to you by Proud Australian Ice Hockey League sponsor APA Group, Australia's #1 energy infrastructure business. For more information, visit their website at apa.com.au.
And they have 15,000 Ks of pipeline right across Australia. Doing a good job for our energy.
And they're all directed to your house, I believe, Jeff.
That's very true.
Gas to talk for ages anyway. 12:17 to go as Brian Funes swings this up to Ryan Annesley. He's had quite the year for the Sydney Bears this year. And well, he just almost gave him the commentator's curse, but he picks it right back up and out now here to Ryan Law. Just can't get it over the blue line. And he's forced to retreat back to centre and back to Funes he goes. Bremner, Kiros, Cox, second line out now here for the Thunder. Funes races down and flips us into the opposite corner. Jamie Woodman, who had quite the polished performance on ABC News this morning. Gets this one back now here to Ryan Annesley. Slings this one out. Law can't control it. Woodman can. Gets it off to Graham Maison, straight off the bench, and off to Ben Bro. And here come the Thunder now. Bro slings one on Kimlin. Takes it straight in the chest, and that will be that.
Already I'm starting to see the Sydney Bears, their defence are working well, they're communicating, they're passing the puck. Notwithstanding, when they pass the puck to each other, they've got their heads up. So they're looking for an option as soon as the puck hits their stick. And we're looking at Perth Thunder making an attacking move here. But of course, Kimlin's got it all, ends up, he's got it covered.
So, Ben Bro to take the draw. Loses that one. Cut now here to Torrell Clare. Lucky to not miss tonight's game. He was booted from the game against the Mustangs last Saturday night in the Bears' last regular season game after a little bit of a fracas in front of the penalty box. Here's Graham Maison. His shot is chipped and out of play. We'll get a whistle.
So too early to tell at the moment about who's on top, but what I do like, as I mentioned earlier, it's the Sydney Bears defence looking controlled. Notwithstanding that, you know, the Perth Thunder, they've done most of the attacking so far. They've just got to get some more quality shots on net.
But you talk about teams playing on instinct, and the Thunder are doing that. That's their natural game. They're very offensive.
Yep. That's their game.
They're bringing it. Now Punler for the Thunder. He's turned over now. Law. Nice little tip there by Adams, but a great work by DeSalvo.
And good work by DeSalvo. More importantly, good work by the defenseman to clear that net.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing here from DeSalvo. Just have a word to Alice Punler. Calm down.
Yeah, but on the same token, he wants his defenseman to look after his goalie, and I like that. I like that a lot. Hopefully we'll see it on the replay. Right now, look at that number 9. Get him out of there.
But at the same time, we saw in the first game, the refs were on their penalties pretty early. But I think that's what the message is.
Yeah, but for mine, Pulner there from Perth Thunder, he did the right thing. Yep. Clear the net.
So face off now. That's won by the Bears. To Law. To Tyrell Clare. Tied up in the corner. Cox is there for the Thunder, but we're going to have a penalty.
Really? Really?
Yep, we are.
Holding.
It's going to go against the Bears.
Looks like Charlie Adams, I think. No, it's like it's Kane Fedor heading to the box.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it is there. It's there.
Yeah.
Good call, ref.
So the Perth Thunder get the first chance at the man advantage.
So who's the key on this line for the power play for Perth Thunder?
Well, look, Graham Maison, obviously, and is the go-to guy, MVP of the league 2018. Tied with Trevor Girling for 67 points. Scored in the last 3 seconds of the game against the Newcastle North Stars to tie. Well, I actually got a text from Thunder manager Richie Lamb at the end of last week's game. So Graham Maison's asking how many points do I need to get the title, and I said, well, you got four, and he goes, all right, so he gets 5. So here's Graham Maison now. His shot is blocked up high, and Bro will go back to get it now here for the Thunder in his second AIHL season. Obviously the MVP last year in terms of the points. And so Thunder going back-to-back in that regard. And as we mentioned before, Landon Oslansky not in the lineup, and obviously the AIHL Defenseman of the Year. Back now here to Andrew Cox. The Ice Black moves in over the blue line. Corrals to the outside, looks for options to present themselves, finds one over the form of Pierre-Olivier Graham Maison. Back now here to Bro, back to Graham Maison. They play 1 and 2. Shot, and pretty comfortable save for Kimlin, and he'll hold on.
Do you know, watching Kimlin, any goalie out there watching this game, or young goalie out there watching this game tonight, watch Kimlin. He just moves, it's like poetry. He just moves so fluid. He's following the play. He's on every move with his puck. He knows where the puck's going before it actually moves. He's on song tonight.
And positioning is key for goaltenders. If you can position well, you've done half the job. So from the face-off, the Thunder will get it now. Bro at the point. Kiros. Living behind there was Cox. Managed to get the puck back, but he's been corralled and been stripped the puck by Ryan Annesley. He's had a tremendous season for the Sydney Bears this year. For DeSalvo. Puck now for Ben Bro. The Bro from the Thunder just skates the puck out of the zone. That move was a little too easy in the end. Teaming up with Kiros, but Schlamp recovers, steals the puck, but in fact we're going to have an offside call.
Do you know that move that you just called was a little bit too easy? It was also a little bit lucky. I mean, really? But he moved that puck between the guy's legs, so that's all that counts. Nothing happening in the neutral zone at the moment. No one's controlling it.
Talking about neutral zone, that's where we're going to have the face-off. Good work there by Fooms, but it's going to be Woodman for the Thunder. Back towards Tomic Sack, looking for Grand Maison. And he's going to touch it, then rides the check. Did well. Clamp hasn't been able to clear. Kept in by Woodman. Dannersley clears for the Sydney Bears.
Oh, my pet hate. The goalie out of the net.
But that said, DeSalvo is one of the best at it in the league.
He's a good skater.
And DeSalvo. Something we don't see too often in the Australian Ice Hockey League is goaltenders with that ability. Now DeSalvo. Stretch pass is a good one. Out towards Sack. Gets a shot away. Kimlin off the pad. Woodman looking to keep it in, and he does. He sends that one into the corner, but the pass has been intercepted. And Strukov clears for the Bears. Now Woodman. And quite pass to Tomic Sack. For Bremner. He's just checked off the puck there by Tyrell Clare. Bremner and Clare. Looking for Kiros. Puck spills free. And that's ended up in the Sydney Bears bench and nearly knocked out one of the support staff there of the Bears.
Well caught by Slamp.
No, actually, I think Michael Slamp was trying to duck it, actually.
Yeah, no, he caught it.
He got to catch it in.
He just saved Rubes' life.
I was going to say, Vladdy was in more trouble with no shield.
Yeah, well, also
he was just going to catch it between his teeth.
Well, he didn't move.
Well, old school, just headbutted.
Yeah. So I was going to say, like Alex Ovechkin, I think it was the second round of the playoffs where he just took it off the face and didn't flinch.
There you go.
And Vlad the Rube still same. All right, so this one flipped up and straight up into the air. And Tyrell Clare comes down the far side in over the blue line, trying to skip by Kudler. Gets a shot on DeSalvo, and he turns that aside pretty comfortably. It's loose in front. And back into the corner it goes. Danger averted there for the Thunder temporarily. Here's Andrew Cox now. Starts out down the near side. Gets the check there from Fedor. Now it comes to Jonathan Bremner. Playing the lone hand up there. Stripped of it well by Clare. As Bremner comes back to pick his pocket. Kiros threw it back to the point. Just no one really there. Take a clean touch, and Jamie Woodman makes sure of it. Dumps this one in, and both teams will change personnel. Etienne Dutoit onto the ice now for the Sydney Bears. Had quite the season. Strukov left it behind there for Clare. Bit of miscommunication. This one flipped into the zone, taken away beautifully there by Woodman on the turn. He starts out through the neutral zone, hands off there, looking for young Jake Ruck, son of Dave Ruck, Thunder coach. This one's rimmed all the way around. We're going to have an icing call, and Thunder will get a face-off to the left of Anthony Kimlin.
Do you know, I spoke to Dave Ruck before the game, and the coach of Perth Thunder, and, you know, there's a deep passion that he has, and he wants this team to progress to the show. And I think tonight he's got the team that can do it. They've just got to work on their instinct and play on their passion.
Always been that way. I mean, I remember playing late 90s over in Perth. I was on that Super League team back, war stories, but he's always had that intensity and that passion as part of the West Australian hockey community as well. It served him well. Here's Punler looking up ice. Swatted out there by Rubes. And across now here to Strukov. Strukov down the near side. Just delayed heavily. Oh, that linesman goes down as Dutoit collides there as Kudler tried to throw the hip check. And away come the Thunder. Through centre, McMahon, AIHL Rookie of the Year. Turns the puck over there to Funes. And up now here to Ryan Annesley. Slings one up ice. That was intended there for Jeremy Vasquez. Icing waved off as defenseman had judged the made of an attempt to play it. As Bro now throws it in, and the Thunder get a line change. Annesley now surveying the scene. Finds Fedor, can't get a clean touch. Back now here to Woodman. Nice take and turn from him. Off the glass it goes. High stick washed out by referee. Kiros with a drive, and that's wide of the net there of Anthony Kimlin. We've seen in many finals that the Thunder have played, aside from last year's blowout to the CBR Brave, it's usually been decided on 1 or 2 goals. That it becomes law now. His drive is deflected. And going back to that previous point, it usually starts out by being an arm wrestle, and we have that on our hands right now. Here's Bremner. Oh, skips by the check beautifully by Strukov. Thanks through to Kiros. Great move from the Thunder. Best chance of the period and Kyrgios just can't put the finishing touches on it. Back the other way now come the Bears. A little chip and chase. Sack back first to get it now here for the Thunder. He rims the puck around. Strukov prevents it going the other side of the blue line. Nice move from him. Walks the blue line. Looks there for Bruckus. Puck in skates. Cox is wise to it and gives it behind back now here to Tomek Sak. And he starts it out now here for the Thunder. Grand Maison with Webster. A little bit of a mix-up now here on this top line as Grand Maison tried to skip by, and it's roofed back out to the neutral zone. And the Bears with a pick now. Here's the captain, Schlamp. Schlamp trying to drive towards the net. Gets a weak backhand shot. Pretty comfortable save there for DeSalvo. And Alistair Punler trying to save the puck now here for the Thunder. Did a pretty good job. Rims it out and turned it straight over. 5 minutes to go. Scoreless first period here between the Bears and Thunder in this AIHL second semi-final. As we said, the winner of this will play the red-hot CBR Brave at this venue tomorrow. And so a good check thrown there by Punler. Oh, looks like Schlamp claims he got one up high. Not according to the referee. Play continues. Didn't look too bad. Might have to get another look on the replay. Here comes the Thunder now through Grand Maison, trying to get by Annesley. Grand Maison tried to center there to Bro and looked like it was deflected on the way through. It's Funes now. He gets a pretty stiff check. Been about 4 or 5 minutes now without a whistle as McMahon is lit up there by Adams. And it looks like he took the worst of it, but managed to keep his feet. A little ginger. And there's McMahon now. Law chops by his Law to the high slot. Law shoots. Oh, what a save by DeSalvo. Peter DeSalvo grabs that one out of the air, and it remains 0-0.
You know, DeSalvo just stood up big there. But what I love about this period of hockey so far from both teams, thoroughly entertaining, played at a fast pace. And you notice there haven't been too many whistles. It's end-to-end hockey, and it's creative hockey, and it's intuitive hockey. Very good. Very entertaining.
DeSalvo, for mine, actually, he hasn't had much to do so far, but he stood up. Oh, that was a big moment for Peter DeSalvo.
Yep. Very good game of hockey so far.
So far, you have to say the Perth Thunder had the run of the green.
Yep.
Of course, you know what happens when you do that. You don't score. It goes the other way.
Yeah, it's going to turn on you.
So from the face-off, won by the Bears. Law out towards Clare. Now by the net pass to the low slot. It was all Thunder. And they've been able to clear. Graham Strukov. Looking at his options. Stretch pass out towards Dutoit. Corner DeSalvo will come out of his net. And we'll leave that for his defenseman and captain there in Woodman. So Strukov trying to send that one in the corner, is intercepted by Kyrgios. Adams is going to be a foot race there front of Sak. Cox is there, so is Dutoit. Dutoit up against 2 Thunder opponents. And as Dutoit has the puck now. And the Bears just finding a way through. As the shot there was blocked by Clare. Here's a chance for the Thunder. Bremner drives towards it. And he scores! It's been waved off! I thought that was a fair goal.
Well, did that hit the pipe or not?
It must have, but it...
We'll have a slow-mo replay soon, I'm sure, Jeff.
Oh, that could be a big moment in this game. But now Law gets out towards Adams. Shot was blocked. Bremner has a second chance now. To take the blue line. Goes for the pass out towards Bro. Just bobbles on his stick. Bro protecting the puck. Out there was Bremner. Just couldn't connect. Simon Kudler's there as well. Bro gets another shot away. And now we'll have a stop in play.
Well, dearie me, did that puck come in and out of the net?
My initial reaction, that's what happened. I looked at it, I thought that was a fair goal.
About to see it in slow-mo. Yes, it did.
Well, if we go back a couple, are we able to get that at another angle, perhaps? Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Oh, it's just... No,
it's hit the pipe. Sorry.
It's out.
Wow. Hit the pipe.
Just didn't have that the clang you normally hear when it hits a pipe like that. So Brooker, he's taken a tumble. No penalty, though. So now Annesley. Looks like we've got a bit of action behind play.
Yeah, a little bit.
And there's going to be a penalty come out of it. And it's going to be Simon Kudler to head and make his way to the penalty box.
I don't know whether about you two, but are you picking up on the pace of this game?
Oh, it's frenetic.
Isn't it?
Yeah. Well, that's a pretty easy trip.
Yeah. That should have been called.
I think it was later. It was
this one here.
Yeah, there.
Silly from Cooper.
Cheap and stupid.
So the Thunder to the penalty kill. The Bears will get the first look at their special teams, and it has been deadly this season. Mannersley will be part of that. Quarterbacks this Sydney Bears power play. And there's a draw one now here by the Bears. Bears power play against the Thunder, 23%, 3 from 13 on the year. Here's Strukov now, hands off, down low. 2:17 remaining in period number 1. Most of that will be spent, obviously, if they don't score, as DeSalvo stops said scoring opportunity. Here's a try from Strukov, and that was deflected before it got to DeSalvo. And the Bears just picking their spots so far. Here's Adams, down low to Schlamp. You'll see Schlamp go to the front of the net in a sec as Adams walks in, shoots, going wide. Oh, DeSalvo spilled it. Back to the point now, here to Strukov. Strukov cranks one, it's chopped on the way through, and somehow stayed out. Took a couple of deflections. And the Bears under attack, but here's a breakaway short-handed for Kiros, walking in on Kimlin. Kiros goes to the pad side. Great save by Kimlin. Wow, went glove side to Jordy Kiros. Best chance of the period there for the Thunder, short-handed. It comes back to Schlamp the other way. Schlamp holds onto it, now to Adams. Well, save at one end opened up a breakaway at the other. And just a shade under 90 seconds remaining in this first period. Still nothing. Strukov throws it backhanded now to Annesley. Schlamp has parked himself in front of the net. Law now to Annesley, top of the circle. His drive, and that's wide of DeSalvo. Coming in front! Oh, Law was denied! How did that stay out? It must have caught the shin pad, I think, there of Kudla. Here's a shot to the side of the net. Here's Adams. Strukov now. Thunder player down. Looks like Cox. Looks he's okay. Strukov. Oh, what time? Yes. They score! First blood to the Sydney Bears. It's Ryan Law. And it's 1-0.
Bears are 3-13 on power plays, and they just amplified why they are so good on special teams. That play was in total control, and the back door, it was just set up beautifully. Number 9 just says, hello, Adams, this is mine, and he's just popped that puck in the net. What a brilliant play. How patient were the Sydney Bears on that power play?
Very much so, and Charlie Adams has been one of the hot hands for the Bears in recent times as well.
He buried that biscuit, but it was a great pass. Great pass.
And we talked about earlier that the Perth Thunder probably had the run of the green so far, but it's the Bears who score first.
Yep. Charlie Adams, excuse me, was the goal scorer, not Ryan Law. Got a little excited. 21 goals in the regular season, 22 if you count that one. Yep. And, well, as he said, he's been on fire the last few weeks and comes to deliver here for the Bears.
Well, it was a setup prior to the goal going in. I mean, it was just well played.
And now Annesley has it for the Bears. He'll just flip that one up high. Woodman gets a sit, but it's an awkward knuckleball, really, in many ways. But he trapped it well. He sobs back and will skate it out of the zone.
He's a class player, Woodman.
And he's getting better as he goes along. He's developing very nicely. A relatively young captain. And Simon Kudla, who gave away the last penalty that basically resulted in a goal to the Bears.
Yeah.
So he probably owes his team one. Outlet pass looking there for Vlad Rubes. Simon Kudla will send that one into the corner. Vlad Rubes, the oldest player in the Australian Ice Hockey League currently.
Mate, he's the oldest player playing old-time hockey.
He's the oldest player. He's the oldest person in Australia.
Yes,
why not go the whole hog?
He's older than me.
And that's saying something.
No one's older than you, Jeff.
No, that's a good point.
And that is the end of the first period. One that the Perth Thunder had the better of general play, but they find themselves behind, 1-0.
Yeah, you're right, Michael. It was a great period of hockey. It was a thinking man's game against instinct. But the Sydney Bears on that power play, that just showed a little bit of class there. But still bodes for a great game.
Well, I think the Thunder, look, they had 2 or 3 really good chances. I mean, that Jordy Kiros breakaway was the best. They had a couple there. Bremner hits the crossbar.
Good point.
I don't think there's much in it between these two, to be honest.
No, not at all. And it doesn't it highlight the fact, boys, that we've got to stay out of the penalty box tonight?
Yeah.
Because you're going to get killed on special teams.
Yeah.
I mean, they're a class. This is a class act. And both goalies are standing up.
Well, you have to also say, I mean, we tweeted the point about the Thunder's secondary line having to, like the Kyrgios, Cox, Bremner line having to deliver.
Yep.
They're getting it done more so than the Bro and Grand Maison McMahon line. So
it's a fair point.
They've had more of the chances.
Yeah, I'd like to see how both sides have actually rolled their their players, their lines so far in this game. And it started early. Both sides look like they were prepared to roll their lines from the start. So that might be a sign that both sides think they're going to be digging in for a long night tonight.
And we noticed it early, it's a fast-paced game.
And now we'll cross over to Jeff Coop with Ron Kapowski.
Hi, I'm here with Ron Kapowski. The passage of play, the whole period really didn't go your way right until the end there. You got the power play and you scored the goal.
Yeah, it was getting first game of the finals. The boys had a little bit of opening night jitters there. It was back and forth, and hopefully the boys will settle and get ready for 2 more good periods.
When you've got a goalie like Anthony Kimlin, how easy is it to know that on a breakaway he's probably going to save it?
Yeah, but we can't give those breakaways up. We just have to tighten up a little bit in our own zone.
How do you get the majority of the hockey your way in the second period?
Well, I think we keep doing, winning the little battles, pushing the puck in deep, turning their defense around, and being first to the puck. Simple recipe makes a good cake.
All right, we'll let you get into the rooms there, Ron. Thanks for your chat.
And thanks, Jeff. So the end of the first period presented by Air Canada is the only airline to offer non-stop flights from Sydney, Brisbane and Melbourne to beautiful Vancouver, where it can take you to more than 120 destinations across Canada and the US, including New York. To find out more, contact your travel agent or visit aircanada.com. It is the Sydney Bears who lead the Perth Thunder 1-0. We're back shortly with the first intermission.
You're watching the AIHL Intermission Report, brought to you by ATC Productions.
And welcome back to the O'Brien Group Arena here, where it's currently the Sydney Bears leading the Perth Thunder 1-0 after one period of play. Charlie Adams with the lone power play goal for the Sydney Bears. As we take a look at some of the highlights there from that first period, I thought vis-a-vis the first semi-final, this is such a tight game. Jeff.
Well, what we also see is a lot of physicality in this first period. Both teams are finishing their checks, and they were both very aggressive on the puck. And that can't be denied. And the refs, they're showing some, they're letting it go. They're letting the teams play the hockey. And for mine so far, boys, I'm seeing it's a goalies game.
I think both goaltenders are going to be vitally important tonight. They are the difference makers. The difference makers for their sides across the board anyway this year. DeSalvo has, if there's been a goaltender in net for the Perth Thunder, it's been Peter DeSalvo. And Kimler, as we've been talking about a lot tonight, has been utterly superb this year. So it's going to be very much a goaltending battle this one tonight.
And also we have to say that Thunder had their chances in that first period. I mean, Bremner hit the pipe, Kyrgios had a breakaway short-handed, and they're not far away from scoring, you would think.
No, there's nothing in it, isn't it? No. You're right, it's a one-shot game, but both teams are right in it.
And now we'll cross over to Jeff Coop in the crowd.
Yes, here I am, and I found the commish. Luke Reid, how you going?
Well, I blew the dust off myself, and I've made an appearance.
Now, you didn't make an appearance in the AIHL this year, made an appearance last year. What's it like to see your Bears in the final stage again?
Mate, I think it's been about 10 years since we've been here at the finals. I've attended quite a few of those in between, and I've had a great time at all of them, but I'd have to say this has been the best year I've attended the finals for quite some time, because my beloved Bears are here.
What's different about the Bears this year?
Oh, I think a lot of attitude. Ronnie's had a few years to really tweak his roster. He's applied a totally different formula. It's not the same formula he had at the Dogs. He's tried a whole different thing with the Bears now, and I think it's really paying off. A couple of years of sticking with some of the young guys, and those guys are really, they're veterans now. They've played 2 or 3 seasons, so it's showing now. We've made the finals. Let's see if they can make the big one.
What's life like now for the commish?
Oh, I'm a dad now. So my life involves in running around after a 2-year-old version of myself.
Thanks for your time, Luke. Really appreciate it. Back to you guys.
Well, great to see Luke Reid, former Sydney Bears goaltender, now a father, obviously. Still active on the social media, doesn't mind a bit of banter.
Okay, there you go.
He comes regularly, as he said. He's attended a few finals, sans him in the actual action. But going into this second period, what do you think the message from
I want to pose
Dave
this
Ruck
question.
is?
Sorry, Steve. I want to pose this question to both of you. Special teams, how important is it? Have we just noticed what happened on a power play?
Absolutely. Special teams, particularly these goaltenders, is going to be absolutely critical. It was a dumb penalty for Goodall giveaway, and the Bears structured it beautifully. They took their chance, and that could be the difference. It's not unfeasible to think this game could be a 1-0 game tonight.
Well, Steve, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, look, I think it's going to be a 1-goal game either way. I think the Thunder, look, they're very close to scoring. Graham Maison and Bro really haven't been in the game yet.
Yeah, okay.
That's what I think is the key here. I mean, DeSalvo's doing all he can. He's having quite a good game so far. But it will be all about that first line, I think, for the Thunder if they're to get back into this one.
And now we got our third instalment of the history of the Goodall Cup, the history of the Cup that we are playing for this weekend.
At the end of that season, the year after Canada's Allen Cup, New South Wales sent its first team to Victoria. It was fast but inexperienced, and the Victorians, captained by Bobby Jackson, were the first winners of the newly presented interstate trophy. It came to be known as the Goodall Cup after its donor, the Melbourneian player John Goodall. Jack himself was a pretty fair hockey player, rated one of the best cover points in the game. In those days, the team lined up with 3 forwards and a man directly behind the centreman and another man behind him. That was the cover point. In 1910, the Melbourneian team was once again unbeaten, and the first Victorian team visited Sydney, captained this time by Keith Kerwin-Walker. Again, they won. In 1911, the Victorians instituted some new rules and acquired 6 Spalding Championship sticks, bringing hockey up to a pretty high standard. Melbourneians shut out the Beavers with a record 29 goals in the final game, and the first club competition commenced in New South Wales with 3 teams: Corinthians, Wanderers and Ottawas. When New South Wales arrived for the 1911 Cup, it was evident from the first game that their play had greatly improved. The reason was Canadian University player Jim Kendall, who captained the Corinthians. His amazing speed, accuracy and tremendously hard shot had not been seen in the game before, and it caused a frightful consternation amongst the Victorian selectors and team. The puck-handling New South Welshman was now excellent and their system well developed. Though the average standard of the Victorians was high as the rest of the Kensals team, his presence put them a long way ahead, and he alone was almost a match for the Vics. Yet there was no selfishness in his play. Before the second game, there was much discussion as to the methods required to check Kendall, and it was finally decided to give 2 players a roving commission to follow him throughout the match. This made not the slightest impression on him, and again Victoria was barely defeated, thus losing the cup for the first time. In 1912, 6 men aside was played, not 7. Offside was introduced well ahead of almost everywhere else in the world, and the last of the bloodlust games was played. 7 of the 14 players were seriously injured in the final match between Melbournian and Ottawas. So violent was it, a meeting was called directly after to tighten up the rules of play. Victoria visited Sydney again this year and suffered defeat by 2 matches to 1. In Melbourne in 1913, much to the visitors' surprise, the home team won the first and second matches and regained the trophy. By the middle of the 1914 competition came war. Hockey was abandoned in both cities. As the Bears make their way back out on the ice, they have a 1-0 lead over the Perth Thunder in the second semi-final of the 2018 AIHL Finals, presented by Air Canada. And that could be a decisive lead in this game. As we discussed earlier, gentlemen, that this could be a very, very tight contest, this one.
Well, you know, it's an interesting comment that I just had a little conversation with Jeff Scott there, one of the best referees Australia's ever produced. He's just said to me, you know, the team that's going to win this is the team that stays out of the penalty box. And we made that comment during the call. I think that's pretty right, Steve. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree with that secondary comment. In terms of your personal opinion of Jeff Scott on air is a different story. No,
you know what? I did that just to see if Spooley's still listening.
I'm sure he is. Wait for the text there,
I think Craig Campbell's just about ready to text me right now.
I'm ready to step into this game, guys.
It needs a bit of goal.
So moments away from the opening face-off of the second period. The Bears, the home side, so they get last change as they finish in second place there in the red. The Perth Thunder, who finish in third, are in the white, and from the opening face-off, it's won by the team in white, the Perth Thunder, as Alistair Puntler flipped that one up high, just a little too high there for Detroit. Now Annesley. Just forces a cycle behind the net. Pass ruffle between Foons and Detroit. Foons' pass was a poor one, kept in by Green Maison. Now Puntler, send that one into the corner. And Kimlin will leave it for Foons. It's out towards Annesley. And a pass to Detroit. Really, that was ambitious and wasn't thought through. The woman just on the wrong side of the blue line, so that will be a deliberate offside, I would say. Actually, that was played offside. Bit of a talk there, but this period brought to you by proud Australian Ice Hockey League sponsor, APA Group, Australia's #1 energy infrastructure business. For more information, visit the website apa.com.au.
Providing energy to all the houses in Australia, including yours.
So, face off here in the neutral zone. Cox, Kyrgios, Bremner line out again for the Thunder.
No one short the bench here, Tonsils.
No, they have not. Give it about, I don't know. It was pretty early in the second game. First game, excuse me. Here's Terrell Clare. Swings it across now for Strukov. The second Bears defensive pairing. Here's Tommy Stephen, beaten to it there by DeSalvo. Schlamp can't hold on to it. Strukov can and puts it in for Stephen to go fetch. The woman's going to beat them both. Skate the puck out now here through the neutral zone. Avoids the check there as Schlamp may have got a stick up in the area where it hurts the most, not according to the referee, as play continues. Schlamp had 4 Thunder players to deal with. Here's Bremner now with the puck. Bremner rims this one around, turned it straight over in the process. Brucker puts a shot on net, and that's deflected and back in behind it. As Woodman jousts there with Brucker. The Thunder trying to skate this puck out now. Bremner tried to pick it up in the neutral zone, managed to get it onside and negate the icing call. As Clare starts out now from the back end for the Bears. Long-range pass there to Schlamp, who camped inside the opposite blue line. Sack going to have to work now here to get the puck out. Did well to protect it, but Detroit swoops onto it now here for the Bears. Sends it in front looking for Law. And only a diving effort there from Kudla prevented that puck getting through to him. Here's Schlamp, lifted out there by Bremner. Here's Grand Maison with Bro. Familiar pairing on this top line. Grand Maison's pass is deflected, but it still finds its way onto the tape there of Bro's stick. Nice move from Grand Maison, but he coughs it up in the end. And Annesley starts out here with Dutoit down the near side. Back to Annesley, a little bit of give and go. Annesley driving the net, a shot, and they score! It's Ryan Law, it's 2-0 Sydney. And the Bears in charge here in the second.
Every young hockey player should just record that goal and keep it. What a play. When we get to see this again, you'll just see perfect tic-tac-toe passing. Good pass, good finish, but prior to that, there was a pass before that, and Detroit, he was the maestro of that. Loft put it in, but for mine, Detroit, he just set that up. That was just a beautiful goal.
And they moved to the unit of 3 as well.
Exactly.
Perfectly coordinated. So the Bears now have a 2-goal lead, which is still the most dangerous hockey there, as Detroit was stood up by Puntler.
And the reason why that goal was just, I just got to talk about it a little bit more, is that they knew where each other was. The timing of their skating and the receiving of the puck was just par excellence. It's worth seeing again. Oh, well, maybe not.
So it looks like Adams got one off the face-off there from Cox.
But no call.
You're right, that was Ryan Law's 26th goal season 2018.
And he's been superb this year for the Bears.
Leads all Bears players in goals scored, only second to Charlie Adams in points.
Well, he knows how to finish.
Here's a chance now for the Thunder as Kimlin makes the save. And we're going to have a penalty, and it's going to be against the Thunder, is it? No, it's going to go against Eddie and Dutoit.
Well, from hero to villain.
And this is a big moment now for the Perth Thunder. just to regain some momentum.
Slash the call there against Etienne Dutois.
Yeah, well, a little bit soft, but it was there.
So a power play coming up here for the Perth Thunder. And, a golden opportunity there. They've got to score the next one and keep pace at least with the Bears.
They need to set this up off the face-off. Cox needs to bring it back.
Power play for the Thunder against the Bears, 21%, 21.43 to be exact, 3 from 14 on the year. As this one shot wide and back now here to Graham Maison. Thunder player goes down hard in the corner. Thunder bench wanted a penalty. Here's Graham Maison. He shoots, and that was blocked through traffic. A loose puck. Graham Maison flips at it, but a good job here from the Bears to swat it out of the zone. And Law, the goal scorer from moments ago, gives chase and locks it into the Thunder defensive zone. Plays it back to his line mate Adams. Loved down now here by Bro, and almost turned over. And well, Adams was lurking there and looking to catch the Thunder defense off guard. But they've got it now here through Graham Maison. We talked about 67 points on the year, equal with the CBR Braves' Trevor Girling, who had 2 goals and an assist earlier this night. Here's a shot from Bremner. That one's wide, and up to the half wall it goes. Bears trying to lock this one out of the zone. Graham Maison, well, he spotted Bro camped at the opposite face-off circle, and the puck didn't get through. Graham Maison can't hold the line. Bremner will dish this one back to Kyrgios, and they start to break in again. Just onside there is Bro. Nice entry there from the Thunder. Bremner out to the near side. And left this one right for Graham Maison. Opposite point. Now here's Bro. Thought about the shot. Looking for an option. Finds one in Kyrgios. 45 seconds left on the penalty to Dutois. Here's a shot from Bro. Blocked up high. Oh, looks like Adams took that one up high. He's rather ginger to get up. Graham Maison with a drive. It's loose in front. Oh, and they score!
They did, and it's on.
No,
cross-check.
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 No goal, and Adams is still down. He's taken a long time to get up.
He's not up.
Well, cross-check the call.
Really? Did that puck go in the net?
I think I thought I saw that go in.
But then if it was the cross-check came first.
If it was the Bears, then it should have just been a goal. But unless... Oh, man, it looks like he's taken that on the upper thigh. Let's have a look at the replay.
Well, he's not in the good way.
Stroke-off.
Well, there's a penalty, and it's touched up. Yeah.
I'm going to have to go back to Specsavers because that was way off, and thank God I'm not on the ice refereeing. Anyway.
But the biggest concern now for the Bears is one of their in-form and best players, Charlie Adams, is he's not in a good way.
Get a replay of that, where he exactly took that. Although it looks like the right knee there.
Yeah, it's certainly favouring one leg, isn't he?
Let's have a look. Here's the shot.
It's in the sweet spot.
Oh, it's the ankle.
No, it's the ankle.
Oh, yes. That's the most unforgiving part of the skate.
And they won't be taking that boot off as they expect him to play any time tonight or this weekend.
No.
So it's going to be a 5-on-3 power play now for the Perth Thunder. A great chance to get on the board as they win the face-off. Bro. And the Graham Maison. Bro. Back to Graham Maison. Fires, shoots. Kimlin with the save. Now Bro. Bro looking at his opening. Graham Maison fires, shoots, and Kimlin makes the save.
I tell you, I've got to hand it to the Bears. The way they handle the penalty kill is excellent. They're just passive.
Oh, this is when we bring in the traditional style of the Sydney Bears, their defensive style.
Yeah, but with 3 of them there, they've formed a triangle, and they're just taking away the time and the space in a timely manner.
So face-off in the Bears zone, and the Bears win the face-off. Annesley is able to clear. And DeSalvo will come out of his crease, and we'll just leave it for some teammates to come and collect the puck. And now Bro, we've missed the pass, and they've cleared one penalty. And now we go to Jeff Koo with an update on Charlie Adams.
Yeah, Charlie Adams has taken one to the ankle. He's not in a good way in the rooms. He does think he will come back. They're putting ice on it right now, but he's in a lot of pain. They're having a look at his ankle.
Well, thanks, Jeff. And from that pass, well, it nearly took out Richie Lamb, so we nearly had more work there for Jeff, and nearly took out Steve White, who had gone through the glass.
Yeah, I noticed how Steve moved there. He was as tense as a cat on a curtain.
That's more like Alex now. It was like Alex Ovechkin, but I just didn't see it.
But the Bears have killed one penalty, so they've still got a minute 12 to kill off the second penalty. So from the face-off, and it's Annesley who wins the puck. They clear the zone. Salvo now will leave it there for Woodman. Woodman just looking to see what options are available. Goes out to Grand Maison. Goes out wide, looking there for Simon Kudler. Soon should get there first. Good work by Kudler, but Schlamp along the boards. Tomic Sack missed it. Coming well out of his crease there. Martin Brodeur-esque was Peter DeSalvo. Someone set up a trapezoid in this league if he keeps doing that.
Yep.
Now Woodman. Take the blue line. Decides against driving to the net. Back out towards Bro. Bro thought about past the Grand Maison. Goes out wide towards Tomic Sack. Just wide of him though. The Sack fires on net, and Kimlin makes the save. I think that might have copped a little bit of a rebound there on Kudler on the way down, which makes that extra special work there by Anthony Kimlin.
Well, you know, you're right. Kudler did try for the screen there, and it wasn't a bad setup. It was meant to be. Kudler was there for the screen, but Kimlin, oh God, he's good. He's just watching that puck like a beach ball.
So third line for the Bears, what would normally be their third line if they're not on a penalty kill. Adrian Esposito on the ice. Woodman. There to Grand Maison. Now to Bro. 9 seconds until Graham Strukov rejoins the action after a result of that cross-checking penalty. The Thunder will be back to 5-on-5. As that shot from Bro, seen all the way by Kimlin, it's loose in the slot and swung out by Brucker. And Strukov's in behind on the breakaway. 1-on-1 against DeSalvo. Strukov shoots. Oh, great save by Peter DeSalvo. He shut the 5-hole and he keeps it at 2-0. That was very nearly 3. And well, Thunder get out of jail there.
Strukov should have made better of his opportunity there. I think he was more surprised than anything else.
Woodman's pass found Bremner. Here comes Bro now. As it's loose and sent all the way back now here to Peter DeSalvo. 8:33 to go. 2-goal lead to the Sydney Bears here in this second semi-final. DeSalvo drew Schlamp to him and needs to keep the Thunder on the counter-attack as a loose puck at centre, almost swatted at there by Cox. Back now here to Punler.
Isn't it fair to say, Steve, DeSalvo's confident with the puck?
Absolutely. He's been, as I said, despite the scoreline, he's been one of the better Thunder players so far. Schlamp shot is deflected high and wide. Looks like they may have hit the netting, but not according to the referee. There's this one into the near side corner. Law gets it back to the point now. So they sling one on net. It was blocked up into the chest there. Brucker, he puts one on net to Salvo. Got the toe out. I think it may have been going wide nonetheless. DeSalvo taking no chances. Hacked out of the zone there by Kiros. Bremner kicks this one to himself. Nice back check here from Law. He turns the corner and tries to blow by 3 Thunder players. As he gets the attention now here from Punler. Put into the corner. Schlamp and Fedor out here now for the Bears. And here's Graham Strukov. That shot is wide. And it's going to go out of the zone despite the skating efforts here of Terrell Clare. And the Thunder will use the adjournment to get new legs on the ice. And out come the Sydney Bears. Schlamp now having a career year. Renaissance man this year, I'm going to call him. Here's Dutoit. As it's jumped out there by Kiros. Here come the Thunder now. Bro. Impossible 3-on-2. Bro now tries the moves, but one move too many, I would assume. Yeah. And the Bears trying to come back here on the counter-attack. There's Schlamp now. Oh, 4v2. Here's Annesley, but his shot was blocked up high. And Jamie Woodman with a great defensive effort. And he's going to go the other way now here for the Thunder. He's tied up there by his opposing defenseman. There in Ryan Annesley. Funes whisks the puck away. Well, it was hemmed in, though, by the Thunder. Here's Ruck. Centers that one on ice. Oh, he gets a shot after the whistle.
There you go.
And we're going to have a penalty out of that, so I'm not sure. Maybe it was simultaneous with the whistle being blown. But, Ruck was a good 1 or 2 metres off the boards there.
Yep.
And we'll have a face-off to the right of Anthony Kimlin.
What I'm happy about with the Sydney Bears game here is that they're playing 2 types of games. They can be defensive and slow the game up, and on a dime, they can turn it to offensive structure very quickly and skate hard onto the puck. They're hard to predict, Sydney Bears, at the moment, which Perth Thunder are struggling with.
And what's made them so good this year?
Yeah,
the ability now to switch from that defensive mindset to an offensive mindset very quickly. For mine has been a highlight of their game so far this year as Strukov has the puck. Send that one in the corner to Salvo. Happily play the puck along the glass. And now Strukov at centre ice. He goes out wide, only as far as Ben Bro. Brown, great men's on. They really need to step up. They haven't had a huge impact on the game so far, particularly around Himlin's crease. So Grand Maison drives to the net. The shot, that was a little high, and we'll have a face-off.
Well, you can't pick it, but what Perth Thunder have to just bring something now. Woodman is playing the game of his life.
Yeah, he's been the best Thunder player.
Without doubt. I mean, DeSalvo, yep, no question here. He's given everything he's got. One of the forwards have got to step up. Where's it going to come from?
For mine are the Thunder forwards. It's Jonathan Bremner's having the best game.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep. But as we said before, Ben Bro, Pierre-Olivier Grand-Maison completely out of the game.
They are. They're not there.
Yeah. So Cox to take it. Second line out now again for the Thunder. Here's Strukov now. His outlet pass finds Law. Beaten to it there by Tomic Sackwood. Good second effort there. And a better effort there from Jamie Woodman. And he takes the puck over here for the Thunder. With 5:42 to go here in this second period. The Bears 2-0 up. As this one chipped out, Cox gets shouldered and jarred off the puck. Gives a shoulder of his own to Dutoit. And back now here to Woodman. Nice pass finds Bremner. Bremner with a bit of time and space. Bremner, nice move. Bremner walks in and shoots. Oh, what a save by Anthony Kimlin. Jonathan Bremner, can't believe it. Neither can we.
That was the move of his life then for Jonathan Bremner.
And it comes back the other way as Bremner and picked up by Strukov. Wow, that had goal written all over it.
Oh, can we see that again upstairs?
And we'll get a whistle. Oh, my word.
It was almost one of the all-time great goals in AIHL finals history, and it ended up being one of the all-time great saves.
Exactly. Look at this. Look at this move. He's done the dipsy doodle. He's regained his balance. And, Kimlin has just gone on instinct.
I think it might have been that stick also from Strukov. Just enough pressure. Yeah. Enough pressure, but still unbelievable.
Yeah.
From both great skill from both guys.
Even though Bremner hasn't got the goal, his improvement this year has been out of sight.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's gone from a fringe player to actually one of their most important players.
Wow, what a save.
So face-off won by the Bears. Jeremy Brucker send that one into the corner. Going to be a foot race. Thunder should get there first. David Kudler. Brian Foons, he'll send it back into the corner.
I like Foons' game. He knows how to play it when nothing's going on. It's a soft dump into the corner so that they can skate onto it. Clever play from a defenseman.
Schlamp back to the point. Ryan Annesley shoots. Shot that was wide. So Schlamp again. To Brucker. To Stephen. It was well wide in the end. Now McMahon for the Thunder. So Ryan Annesley.
Again, he's doing the same thing, Annesley. Smart play.
And the Bears seem to be a little bit because Schlamp has got the puck now. He read it better than Kudler, you'd have to say. It's been turned over. His chance now for Grand Maison for the Perth Thunder. A little drop pass looking for Ben Bro. And they've made nothing of it in the end. So, and we'll have a face-off.
So what you've got to say with the Sydney Bears is, like we were talking about before, they bring many facets to their game. And this one has been there since the drop of the puck, where the defence don't see an option in the neutral zone. They're happy to soft dump it into the corner and for their forwards to skate on and create a bit of havoc. Nothing wrong with being a bit dirty and ugly and skating hard onto the puck, putting pressure on the other defence. And they're doing it well.
And in DeSalvo making that save and shot by Stephen, so it wasn't so wide after all.
There you go.
So 4:13 to go. There's Law getting the instructions there from the linesman. And it looks like Dave Ruck showing great faith in this second line here. It was Kyrgios all over Law. And he comes away with it now as Law streams out of his defensive zone and through the neutral zone and into the attacking zone. Hands off now, looking for Adams. Hit shot, good save by DeSalvo, cleared away by the Thunder defence, and Bremner will take charge now here for the Thunder.
Great save by DeSalvo.
Good to see Adams back on the ice.
Back now here to Law, swings it across to Clare, pitching in his shot. Pretty comfortable save for Salvo, and we'll have a whistle.
He's confident with the puck, DeSalvo, there's no doubt about it. You know, they're skating with them, there's no doubt about that. What they can't work out is which play is the Sydney Bears going to bring on any given shift.
They've just, as I said, they've been, how many good chances have they had? 5 or 6? 5. Yeah. As that shot, it's almost tipped on the way through to DeSalvo, and he aware of it in the crease. He covers. But look, they've had the pipe, they had the short-handed breakaway, they just had that monumental move there by Bremner. I mean, they've got to be thinking, what the hell do we do to get back in this game?
We can't buy one at the minute.
And that's where a hot goaltender really makes a difference. He can just deflate opposition. They can be playing well, but they feel deflated because they don't think they can beat the bloke.
But as I said, mine might sound like Captain Obvious here. They are missing Landon Oslansky. I mean, that he's just such a that extra whole 9 yards. So for the 11th yard, I think is a better analogy. Anyway, here's a puck sent up to Strukov at the point. He dumps it into the corner, and now here's Law. Oh, crouching in at the side of the net there was Dutois, and Woodman starts out now here for the Thunder. The captain streaking towards the net, tried to stuff that home short side, ran out of real estate. Kimblin comfortably turns it aside as Andrew Cox goes to work now here on Law, finds Dutois down the near side. Dutois, and well done from Jamie Woodman. I have to say, best player on the ice for the Thunder.
Without doubt.
This afternoon, as we have said, is Annesley, beats out Cox to the puck. Annesley forced to do a U-turn and hand back now here to Strukov. So the Bears mixing up their defensive pairings a little bit. Strukov and Annesley out on the top pairing. There's Brucker now. Sent behind now here to Strukov. 2:40 to go here in this second period. As Strukov deals out now here to Annesley. He's had a breakout year this year for the Sydney Bears. This trickled through to DeSalvo, and he elects to cover.
Probably the smartest move because there was nothing happening with their defence. They were slow skating back to the puck.
So just, I mean, that there, Jamie Woodman is basically taking the Thunder on his back at the moment, I'd say. I mean, that effort there, you know, he's stepped up. I mean,
he's going to run out of gas, though. He's
He's going
to blow up like a draft horse if he keeps skating like that.
You know what happens to those draft horses?
Well, off to the glue pit. But now the Thunder trying to clear. Haven't been able to. It's battle along the half ball. Eventually Simon Kudler will get it out towards David Kudler. It's been turned over. Hit a chance for Tommy Stephen. Great work by DeSalvo.
Oh, gee whiz. He's been sat on here.
He has.
Unintentional.
I think it could have pushed him in.
Yeah, I think it was just a mad scramble, but this is a big moment in this game here. Stephen had a bit of time, bit of space. But that's great work by DeSalvo.
I tell you what, we should take a moment out to applaud all goalies. I mean, who'd want the job? Look at that. I mean, give me a break.
Yeah, between that and, you know, those very hard rubber pucks being hurled at you at 100 miles an hour.
Yeah, vulcanised rubber at 17 ounces coming at you.
That's why goalies are generally considered to be a different substance.
Oh, mate. I can tell you some stories about some in our day. Oh, my day, not your day.
The history books go back that far.
Yeah, they do, actually.
It's still written in stone.
But the beauty of
back
that
in the days when Menzies was still Prime Minister.
Yeah, but there was no social media, so we could make up the stories as we go along.
I was going to say, Google it.
So neutral zone face-off. And the Bears have it now through Adams, who just throw it on net, and DeSalvo will make the save. Probably not a bad idea when you've had a goaltender with a big collision, just to see if they're still a bit shaken.
The puck again. Yep. No, they're a resilient lot. They're very athletic, the goalies. I would love to see Perth Thunder just break it open in the neutral zone, have a cherry picker.
As this one sprung out to the... Oh, here we go.
He's down.
Might get what you asked for here, Jaff. Here's Bro now. Down the near side, slings it across. It's a trailer, a shot. Oh, Brad Mason had it on toast, and he could not put it past Anthony Kimlin.
No. But it was a good pass, too. It was a good play all round.
That is a play that we've seen all year from Brad Mason.
Yeah, skated onto the puck. Oh, the puck was on its side.
Yeah. Well,
and then I think Eddie and Twy got his stick in as well.
Yeah.
But it's the type of play those two have been doing all year, usually with more success than that.
So, just can't buy a goal at the moment, can the Thunder. Is fumes now. Dutois, last time he was in that part of the ice, he ended up into the Mustangs bench, courtesy of Troy Robertson on the check of the year. Here's Bremner to Kiros now. And out it comes over the other side here to Charlie Adams. Trying to get around Punter. Oh, nice pass to Law. Almost looking for the tic-tac-toe there with Annesley as the trailer. Worked for them in the second period. Why not? As this one roofed out and just turned over by the Thunder. No, less than 90 seconds here in the second period. Ryan Law now flings this one into the opposite corner. It's just Tommy Stephen to go and chase. 7 versus 8, 25 and 9 come to their rescue. There's Punler now. Chips this one out off the boards. Kiros has got the puck now here for the Thunder. He just elects a little chip and chase, but Bremner probably out of gas, I'd say, towards the end of this second period, considering the blinder. He's had as Kiros took a run there at Brucker and got the worst of it.
And that shot calmly gloved by DeSalvo. We'll have a whistle.
Yeah, the only thing wrong with that save from DeSalvo is he's telegraphing his intentions. He drops very quick. And okay, he got the glove to it, but he's also sending a signal to the Sydney Bears.
So face-off in the Thunder zone with less than a minute remaining, 57 seconds. And from the face-off, it's the Bears who have it now. Tyrell Clare will fire a net. I think Adams may have got a little bit of that one on its way through, but DeSalvo makes the save.
Well, 52 seconds left. Perth Thunder can do it. They've got to break it out. What they've got to do is they've got to win the draw, get it back to the D. The D's got to chip it off to the boards. As that's happening, the forwards have got to skate into the neutral zone and pick up a loose puck. And well low with fans on the shot in the end. And the Thunder clear. Bumped off the puck there was Grand Maison by Strukov. So Woodman. Strukov again ties him up. Then Strukov just overskates it, has time to recover, gets it out towards Adam at centre ice. Paso was a poor one, only as far as Ben Bro. He's a chance out for the Thunder. Grand Maison comes in, he's forced out wide. Good defensive work there by the Sydney Bears. Grand Maison should have had the shot. He should have made his first decision on the first thought.
I think it was a shot that was blocked. I think that was Graham Strukov, and what a shift he's had. Probably the shift of the game so far. And that will be icing. It will be against the Bears, but
8 seconds left.
8 seconds left, as you said, and again, they've had their opportunities at Perth Thunder, just haven't been able to make the most of them.
No, but it's coming. It's coming.
And that's not just the great goaltending Anthony Kimball for one, it's the defensemen in front of him. Even when they make a mistake, they're working hard.
Yeah,
that second effort.
They are.
So late chance now for the Thunder to get one on the board.
Well, we've seen it in hockey before. It can be done.
Oh, we saw one earlier in the year with 2 seconds left.
There you go.
But it's the Bears who win it, and they'll clear it. DeSalvo will leave it, and that will be it for the second period. The Sydney Bears now lead the Perth Thunder 2-0.
Well, viewers, you've got to be happy with the way the Sydney Bears are playing. I mean, if you're a Sydney Bears fan, you'd be sitting back thinking, our boys are doing everything right. They're playing structured hockey. They're playing disciplined hockey, and it's showing. Perth Thunder aren't doing a lot wrong either. They are playing on instinct because that's their natural game, but they just aren't getting the rub of the green. But they've had some great scoring opportunities. Both goalies have been standing up, but without doubt, Kimlin's that far in front.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. I mean, the Thunder aren't far away from scoring.
No.
They've had so many good chances, but they just can't put it past Anthony Kimlin or finish off that last move. Like as we saw the Grand Maison, two decisions there he probably should have shot. The second one was a bouncing, first one was a bouncing puck, but well, we'll see what the third period delivers.
Yeah, and you got to be watch Sydney Bears back checking. You know, their forwards come back to help out their defence, and that's been the key here. While Perth Thunder trying to set up.
Okay, so to wrap things up at the end of 2 periods, Bears, who lead the Perth Thunder 2-0, presented by Air Canada, is the only airline to offer non-stop flights from Sydney, Brisbane and Melbourne to beautiful Vancouver, from where it can take you to more than 120 destinations across Canada and the US, including New York. To find out more, contact your travel agent or visit aircanada.com. We're back soon with the second intermission.
You're watching the AIHL Intermission Report, brought to you by ATC Productions.
And welcome back to the O'Brien Group Arena here in Melbourne, where it is currently 2-0 to the Sydney Bears after 2 periods of play. Charlie Adams and Ryan Law, the lone goal scorers for the Bears in this one, and we shall see if they progress to take on the CBR Brave tomorrow at the Goodall Cup finals. But we still have 20 minutes in between that and the end of regulation. Let's cross down to Jeff Coop, standing by with Thunder coach Dave Ruck.
Yes, I'm here with Dave Ruck. Dave, you're not getting any luck out there whatsoever, are you?
No, it's a game of inches sometimes, and yeah, we've been on the wrong end of that inch so far, but just got to keep working. We got to work through those spells, and if we can keep working and keep getting pucks on net, one of them's got to go in, and hopefully that'll change it for us.
How do you beat a goalie like Anthony Kimlin, who made that save on Bremner?
Well, we just got to just keep, as I said, get pucks on net, but we got to get more traffic at the net too. We got to get guys driving the net, back post, and yeah, get some tips, get some rebounds, get more net pressure.
The general balance of the game has realistically gone your way. What do you feel like is lacking, though, for the final completion?
Yeah, well, it's like you say, we hit that, when Bremner hit that post, actually, and coming down in the first period, that was a bit of a let-off for them, because I think if that one goes in, then it's a different story right now. But, yeah, we just got to keep working hard. Just keep working hard and getting pucks on the net.
All right, good luck for the final 20 minutes.
Thank you.
Well, there's Dave Ruck, and as he said, they just got to get more traffic in front of Anthony Kimlin, Jeff.
Well, what all that boils down to, what Ruck's trying to say is they've got to create pressure and they've got to keep it on, because no one can take sustained pressure. They've got to play some ugly hockey and they've got to draw everything to the net and try and upset Kimlin, because it ain't going to be a pretty goal against Kimlin. It's going to be an ugly goal.
And it's probably the one thing lacking from their game so far, as we talk about all the missed chances and they've been a bit hard done by. Dave Ruck is correct. They've got to crash net, they've got to have screens. They're going to have to be prepared to score ugly.
Yep.
I know they are generally the best Perth Thunder sides are pretty sides, but they're going to have to be an ugly side to win this one now.
Tonsils, I don't know what you've seen, Tonsils, but what I'm seeing is when Sydney Bears break in, they're breaking in as 3.
Yeah.
And it's not even a delay. Those 3 forwards are almost coming in as a line, and Perth Thunder are getting caught because they've only got 2D back. They've got to play a third man high to stop that.
And as we talked about at the start of the show, the D are joining the rush, particularly Ryan Annesley. So yes, that's setting up that man high.
Yep.
There were those saves by DeSalvo, Poacher on the doorstep, and there you go. But I mean, the Thunder don't look like they're too far away from scoring, but they've got 20 minutes to do that. Realistically, they've got to get the first goal in the next period.
I think they do. They need to probably get a bit early, because it's about confidence and momentum. The longer it drags on, the more desperate they're going to be becoming. And the Bears are good at locking down games. That's where they'll revert to Bears of old, playing a defensive game. But they're looking really confident. And one thing I've sort of mentioned pre-game and in the earlier package, this is the Bears side that everybody knows their role, everybody plays their role, and that's what we're seeing here today. Everybody is doing their role tonight.
So if I was Perth Thunder, if I was Dave Ruck, I'd be saying to the boys, let's play a 2-1-2. I want 2 hard at the puck, a hard forward checker with 1 right behind, and then just have someone up the middle to help the defence on the way back.
So I think we're going to take a little bit more of a look at the Goodall Cup finals history. As you can see.
Well, actually, we're just looking ahead. We've talked about the Thunder can get back into the game, but the Bears about locking the game down. This is a big moment for them. They haven't been in the Goodall Cup final for about 10 years. This is a big moment in the Bears' history coming up if they can finish this off. The only other 2-goal lead, the most dangerous in hockey.
I don't think they'll take the foot off the pedal at all. I think they'll just keep attacking and they'll turn it on a dime, but they can play defensive anytime they wish.
And I see, now we've got our 4th part of our history of the Goodall Cup. It is the cup we play for this weekend, and is one of the oldest cups in the sport of ice hockey.
The Sydney rink was closed throughout the war years and opened again in 1920. The Victorian Association was reformed and most of the movers were newcomers. An enormous amount of rebuilding had to be done. The old records, rules and equipment had been lost, and nearly all the pre-war players had disappeared or been lost in action. However, arrangements were made for some matches and preparations made for next year's competitions. In 1921, things were still rather chaotic, but the cups had been found and the teams were formed. When it was suggested a team should go to Sydney to resume the interstate series, Victoria proceeded to look around for men. Few of the old players were alive or capable, but finally a list was put together. Hal Reid did not return to the game, Andy Reid was killed in action, and Leslie Reid had moved to Sydney with his family, where he became a driving force in rebuilding the game in cooperation with John Goodall in Melbourne. Goodall's first interstate game on record was the second Victorian state team in 1910, when he was 17 years old. In 1914, he became the fourth NISAA National Men's Skating Champion, following Hal and Andy Reid. In 1916, when he was 23 years old, he inherited a share of his grandfather's estate, a purchasing power in excess of $20 million in today's money, and much more taking into account all the assets. He was already at that young age a prominent, independently wealthy stock and share broker who worked with the Queen Street company his grandfather had established. He became president of the VIHA and was captain of Victoria in 1922, the last occasion the state was to win the Goodall Cup for a quarter of a century. Following the death of 60,000 Australians in the war, the Gower Cup dropped into ice sports like a bookend for the next decades. It was the missing pair of the Goodall Trophy, and its arrival coincided both symbolically and literally with a new life for post-war ice sports. In that one brief moment, organised national women's ice hockey was born in Australia, and soon after a brand new generation of national men's ice hockey, and the first organised junior hockey and a racing league in Australia. Throughout this decade, Victoria was beleaguered by one rink problem after another, but each was neatly solved, and there appears still to have been the halcyon years for ice sports there, as well as New South Wales. These events were closely related to developments occurring in North American amateur ice hockey. Sir H. Montague Allen, CVO, son of Sir Hugh Allen, who had donated the Allen Cup in 1908, the year before the Goodall Cup Interstate Series first commenced. His first cousin, Lady Isabel Brenda Meredith, donated the Lady Meredith Cup in 1920, 2 years before the Gower Cup. This was the first ice hockey trophy to be competed for amongst women in Canada, and Lady Meredith was the wife of Allen's friend, Sir Vincent Meredith of Montreal, a son of John Cook Meredith. Well, Bears fans like this gentleman are very happy with where their club are placed right now. They are in the lead. They lead the Perth Thunder 2-0. And, of course, the winner of this game goes on to the grand final tomorrow to take on the CBR Brave.
He's got some good moves, hasn't he?
Oh, absolutely. I wish I had moves like that.
Mate, I used to do that in the 70s, but I got locked up.
Is that how you impressed Barb, was it?
Well, no, it was actually at Steve's wedding, I think we did that. Didn't we, Michael? You and I were dancing like that.
I think you broke a lot of chairs. I don't know if you were dancing.
Yeah, you might find a little invoice there on your 70 days in arrears.
Yeah.
Or 12 months in arrears.
12 months in arrears, yeah.
In fact, I'm looking now, I think both me and Steve are wearing our wedding suits today.
Well, multiple use, multiple use.
That's what the thing is. Peter Salva comes out with the Perth Thunder. They've got a big period ahead of them.
Well, they have, but you know what? It's not out of their grasp. Perth Thunder, if you're back home in WA watching this, have faith in your boys. What's got to happen is a couple of their forwards have got to step up. Woodman on defence is doing the best he can. DeSalvo having a great game, but he can't do it all by himself. What they've got to watch for is that Sydney Bears have got a sniff. Now, they can shut this game down because they're very capable of doing that and just controlling the neutral zone and making it dead boring. But I don't believe Perth Thunder will allow that to happen.
And do you think the Bears would ever think about doing it at this stage? 2-goal lead is the old saying, it is the most dangerous lead in hockey.
Yeah, it is the most dangerous lead.
Do you reckon they're not comfortable sitting on a 2-goal lead just yet starting the period?
No, if we were talking last year, yep, but not this year. No, they've got it. It's been a great game of hockey so far.
And what have we got in store in the third period? The Perth Thunder win the opening face-off. Grand Maison will go back out towards Punler, and David Kuller wide pass to Ben Bro. Now Grand Maison, tight angle shot. Kimlin got a piece of that, but there was a rebound on offer, but unfortunately no one for Perth was there to take it. Now Lowe, stripped to the puck, and it's done well. David Kuller, so it looks like they're going to go the stretch pass. So that's what we're seeing in this first shift is anything to go by. They're going to try and exploit the Bears' defence. So Foons left it behind. Annesley. Go out towards Foons. Looking for Detroit. Woodman. I mentioned earlier, playing the best game of his career so far. Certainly the best I've seen him play over the journey. So Annesley looking out towards Slam. Trying to get out towards Jeremy Brucker. Now Foons. Out towards Annesley. Slam, little backhand pass looking for Tommy Stephen. For Bremner. Might be offside. Nanas has a bit of time to play with. Brucker just cuts in the middle lane. Gets a shot away. DeSalvo makes the save.
Oh, close to a penalty there for a cross-check.
Yeah, a couple of steam trains heading his way as well. The sack was stripped to the puck. But he gets it back now out wide towards Jordy Kiros. Kiros fires on net. Kiros will get it back. Little backhander looking for Cox. Stevens there. Tyrell Clare. Clare now for the Bears. Wide towards Schlamp. Fires on net and DeSalvo will glove that one. We'll have a face-off. This period brought to you by proud Australian Ice Hockey League sponsor APA Group, Australia's #1 energy infrastructure business. More information, visit the website apa.com.au.
Doing a great job for all Australian homes, bringing energy right to you.
Are you looking for a retirement package?
Yes, I am actually.
Or a gig on FM radio.
I'll give you Mick McCormick's number, shall I?
Thank you.
So this one shot and that one's deflected in. Here's Strukov now. Rims the puck around. With Law. But he got one tonight for the Bears. Just leaving some close attention there from Adams. There to Etienne Dutoit. That's picked up now here by Law. Slung in next side is Charlie Adams had a go, and it went off the side of the net. And it's chipped out of the zone now, back onto the stick of Graham Strukov. As he gets run there by Kuddler, and he just dusts himself off.
Strukov was solid.
Oh, nice stretch pass in behind the defence there as Graham Maison. Penalty coming up. As we'll take your pick, hold or hook there.
Probably take your pick of who's going to serve it.
Yeah, I think so. Is it going to be Strukov or is it going to be Clare? It looks like Strukov has given himself up. But now this is a timely power play here for the Thunder. Let's have a look at the replay.
Yep. Coming in here.
Is on. Oh, there's a hole. Oh, I don't know. There's a bit of sauce on that one, I think. A bit of sauce.
Oh, mate, there was a ton of mayo.
And I said a bit of barbecue. But Look, in those situations, the referee is always going, I'm not excusing the call, I'm just saying that so they're going to have a very more so discerning eye on a challenge like that. Anyway, that matters for naught. As a power play coming up now here for the Thunder. As the draw one, as I said, Chris Parks, one of the best referees in Australia, out of Adelaide. And dived on there by a couple of players. We'll have a whistle.
So we've got about 4 best Australian referees at the moment.
Well, according to you, depending on how politically correct you want to be, and then as soon as that mic switches off, whoa,
look out.
Jaff, director's cut.
There you go. Well, I got Tons's ideas. What about yours, Clubby?
I'm a big fan of Jeff Scott.
Mate, I think Mr. West from Newcastle is one of my best.
He's one of your best mates.
So's Al. Where's Al been the last couple of years? So here's the draw one now here by the Thunder. Bremner fumes now. Tries to lift that puck out of the zone. Finally does so. And DeSalvo is going to come out and beat Adams to the puck. Nice handling there from Peter DeSalvo. He'll join the Quad City Storm of the Southern Professional League. At the end of this season. The team that replaced the Quad City Mallards that dropped out of the ECHL. So it'll be their inaugural, non-inaugural season, if you know what I mean. As Kiros chips and chases this one. As Annesley roofs this puck out. Glove down there. And played by Graham Maison. He fires and didn't get all of it. Bro fakes the shot, looks for a lane. 2 players clogging it. As Graham Maison shot, that went off the chest of Kiros. I don't think it was going to go in the net anyway, but the Thunder, you're looking for a goal. 103.
Yeah, and more importantly, they're putting pressure and bodies in front of Kimlin, which is good.
Here's Bro now.
Look at the wall.
Wall of Bear players up. As rims this one around here to Graham Maison. Drops it off nicely here to Kiros. As Cox sets up. Well, that one was read well by Annesley. And Annesley off to the races here. Oh, almost a 2-on-1 if Adams could get back. He shoots. Oh, great save by DeSalvo. But what a move from the Sydney Bears, short-handed.
You called it beautifully, Steve, and you just nailed it. It was a great call. DeSalvo saved the day there. It was just split the D. Let's look at that in replay. Great, clever play. Oh, what in the backhand. Defenseman was beaten all up.
I mean, Peter DeSalvo is going to be thinking, like, what? Guys, give me a goal here.
Yeah, and Adams nearly buried that with a backhand. Good work.
Everything was right about that move. The Sydney Bears, they just couldn't finish it off.
Yep.
So from the face-off, and he's skated out now by Pierre-Olivier Graham-Maison. Waiting for the trailer, and then loses an edge. Still has time to control the puck. Bro to Woodman. Out wide. Sack with the shot. That's hit the netting. And we're going to face off.
See, what Sack did there wrong, when the puck comes to your stick, let it go. Do not trap it and then think about the shot. Let the shot go, because you're giving Kimlin too much time to set up. Perth Thunder have got to get shots on net. I mean, good things happen when you shoot.
But offensively, they're structured better this period, Perth Thunder.
Okay. Yeah, all right, I'll take that.
Deep down, you disagree with me completely.
Yeah, I do.
So from the face-off, it's going to be the Bears that win it now through Annesley. And he'll clear it all the way down the ice. Salvo will leave it now for Woodman.
He's got to skate it out, Woodman. Great game he's having.
And he takes your advice. Pass out wide, finds Ben Bro. There's fire on net, that came off Annesley's skate. And it's hit the back net to another face-off.
Yeah, but more importantly, it's in their end. It's in the Sydney Bears' end. So what can they do differently? Bremner, Kiros, they've just got to bring it. It's time to stand up, boys. Because Sydney Bears will be happy to play the game out on these terms.
That they will, and there's still 1 second remaining on Strugov's penalty, so if they win this one quickly, they could.
Yeah, don't.
Yeah, they could set
out of the penalty box.
Yep. We've seen it earlier today.
Yes, I'm hearing you.
That very man.
I'm hearing you.
And so from the face-off, it's in the corner, so they've killed the penalty. But Cox turn it over. Out towards Annesley. Finds Strukov. Out to Law. So Law crosses the blue line. We'll wait for the try. Goes out wide to Adams. Fires, shoots, and the shot was just a little wide.
Was, but it was in the right spot. It was going to the right area.
But again, a great setup.
Yeah, correct.
And pass now. Finds Adams again. He's looked good after coming off with injury, but the big question will be if the Bears go on to win this game, what impact he can have tomorrow. I get the feeling that ankle is going to blow up overnight.
Yeah, he'll be in an ice bath, mate. Have no fear about that.
Good work by Detroit. Now Woodman. Puts up in the corner.
Bad luck.
And that one was clear. The door there for Kyrgios. They tied him up. Now Strook off. Andron Law will take the blue line. We'll wait for the trailer. Comes in. Shot that was blocked. Bremner sends it in the corner, and the Thunder should be able to clear now through Kyrgios. Goes a rink wide pass, looking for Cox. Claire just hacks at it. Now Schlamp towards Brooker. Turn it over, Cox. Bumped off the puck. So Brooker, good second effort to recover. Now Foons. Looking for Stephen Punler. David Kudler. Alistair Punler now. The Perth Thunder. Bit of a nothing pass. And that was another one by Foons. Opens door for Grand Maison. Fires, shoots. But Kimlin was all over that one. We'll have a face-off.
See, Perth Thunder defence are doing the right thing. They're skating the puck out. They're looking for something in the neutral zone. When they don't have it, they're willing to chip it off the boards, and they're willing to take the hit. But if you're going to take the hit to make the sacrifice, come on, Perth Thunder forward, skate onto the puck. And that's what they're not doing.
Bro, McMahon and Grand Maison top line out on the ice now here for the Thunder. The time is turning into their enemy now. 13:46 of it remaining here in this third period, this second semi-final, AIHL's Finals Weekend 2018, presented by Air Canada. Thank them for their sponsorship of Australian hockey over the years.
Yep.
See this one back now here to Woodman.
Any chance for an upgrade next time, Air Canada? I'll be very happy.
That depends if you can get through customs first here, Jaff, as this one licked now back now here to Law. Gets shouldered there and taken to the ice by McMahon. As Woodman skates back for it with Etienne Dutoit. Dr. Dutoit is GP by trade.
No.
Yes, he is. Yes, this one, I'm sure he'll be attending to Charlie Adams after this one. Here's Brian Dunes, gets 2 paychecks that way, flipped into the opposite corner. Woodman picks it up now here with the Thunder. Sack just chips this one intelligently off the kick plate, and out come the Thunder now here through Grand Maison. Nice little play there to Bro, but just a little too much on it there as Cox is on the ice now. Good hit there for Grand Maison, or maybe it wasn't, because Annesley looked like he went down into the boards face first. So here's Fedor now, former Adelaide Adrenaline player. Claire slings this one up, going to be touched by the Thunder, and
he's going to call it.
Off the ice, there goes Pierre-Olivier Grand Maison, and that's kind of summing up the Thunder's evening when your best player is now off for a penalty who has been held off the score sheet.
Yeah, and I didn't think it was such a bad hit, to be honest with you.
Oh, he was just turning at the wrong moment. He committed to the hit, not much he could do about it.
And then, hello, I've just died. Have a look at the helmet of the Perth goalie, DeSalvo. What character is that?
South Park. Come on, just shows your age.
No, I'm there. There you go. I'm all over it, boys.
One of the all-time great episodes.
I thought he would be more in Ned and Jimbo. They're coming right for us. Got pucks coming for him all night.
Got one of their T-shirts.
So what it means is the Bears are now on the power play and they win the face-off. Annesley fires on net. Lamp looking there for the tip. And you leave it now for Ryan Law. Now Annesley fires on net, rebound offered by DeSalvo, but he recovers and he'll glove that one.
What I love about DeSalvo is when it's a loose puck, he'll trap it and just calm things down. He needs help. I mean, the longer this period's going, the stronger Sydney Bears are looking. What's happening is that Perth Thunder will get the odd break, but Sydney Bears look more structured.
And you can see the confidence building in the Bears now. Now you could probably see it coming in the second period. Once they got the 2 goals in front, they're believing.
Yep.
This is an important thing for the Bears. A team that has not made the finals in 8 years. In fact, the last time the Bears made the finals, Jeff, you were a 0-time Goodall Cup winning coach.
Thank you very much.
So now Law gets it back to the point. So Strukov. So Law gets a shot away.
I just want to thank you, Cloughy. You've been great for my career over the years.
No worries. And DeSalvo makes a save, rebound offered. Because last time the Bears made the finals, they actually were up against your Melbourne Ice side, gave them a real run for their money too.
And if you keep this up, there'll be a fight here in the commentary box, and it will end ugly.
So, as you look normally then?
Yeah, exactly. I learned a couple of things in Borneo.
So Law, that to Strukov, back to Law. Decides against getting it out to Strukov.
This is building up nicely.
It is. And Strukov gets a shot away, but it was blocked. And we'll get there for the Bears. Goes with a wide pass, Annesley. Good setup. Now to Adams.
Look at the man in front, slams in front. He's just, yeah.
Law to Annesley. Time, space again, decides the pass to Adams. He went to the back door looking for Law. Strukov gets the puck first, gets that towards Ryan Law. Another wide pass. Typical Bears play that we've seen so far this year. They're just waiting for the opening. And anyway, good work by Bro. Breaks the play up. And then Bro steals the puck and will just flip that one up high, and Law will take it. Law. Bro blocked the pass. Both sides will complete their line changes. And that pass was to nowhere and no one, and swooping onto it was Kiros. Tight angle shot, and Kimlin was never going to have any troubles with that one.
I mean, that was if I was on the Perth bench there, Dave Ruck, watching Sydney Bears on their power play, how they set up, I'd be a bit worried about that. They just had total control.
It's a time to bring out your third lines for some just high energy shifts.
Yep.
Try to change the momentum.
100% it is, and just hit everybody.
I'd even just give your top guys a breather. Yeah. Just that extra, let that lactic acid settle down just a little bit more, and guys can give you another 20, 30 seconds. 10:34 to go. You see there's another game there, seemingly over in the corner between Bears owner and Thunder owner. Matty Burrell and Stan Scott.
It's true. I'd love to be a fly on the wall there.
Going to need an interpreter there between both of them, I think, as Funes.
Bit of Swahili going on.
Here's Vlad Rubes, the Australian Yager, has moved out there. Nice move from Cox. Another one. Was that now here to Kiros with Bremner. This second line out. Best line of the out for the Thunder so far this evening. Back now here to Kudler. Tried to hit Cox there at centre. Went back now here to Funes. Punlov mops up and chips it into the zone. Cox centres looking for Kiros. It was behind him. And Funes chips it out to the zone now. Here's Rubes.
He's got to shoot it.
Oh, dropped it off there for Stephen. And it's Kiros now. Kiros calling for it. Funes thought he was going for a change. Here's Kiros with a shot. Easy save there for Kimlin. And another great chance there for Geordie Kiros. Breaking in almost alone there. Had Funes was halfway to the bench on a change and managed to probably just put enough pressure on Kiros to force the shot. Pretty comfortable save there for Kimlin, who was out to challenge at the top of the crease early. There's Woodman now, 9:30 to go. Slung on the net by Grand Maison, and it was gobbled up there by Kimlin as Grand Maison gets the check there from Clare. It's lofted up to centre, past everyone bar Tomic Sack, retreats all the way over his own goal line now here with the Thunder. 9:15 to go. The Thunder searching for a goal. The Bears have not added to their scoreline from the second period. Here's Kudler down the far side. Kudler skips by a couple of Bears players, leaves the puck behind though, and Kimlin says, "I'll take it off you," and we'll get a whistle.
If I was Dave Ruck, I'd be restructuring a line. I'd have Woodman up there with Kudler, and I would just be all-out attack.
Well, they've got to change something up, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
At the moment, they're letting the game
just play out.
Yeah, walk away from it.
Yep.
And they're the ones who have to do something to change the game up. The Bears can just keep it as it is.
And they were happy to do it.
9 minutes left. Still plenty of time, it should be said. And one goal can change the complexion of everything. So Annesley, they send that one into the corner. Salvo will come out of his crease. Now Annesley, again happy just to dump that one in the corner and make it a foot race, and Law will get there first. One corner to the other. Adams to Law, gets a shot. Now Adams at half-full, out to Funes, fires on net. Good effort there by DeSalvo. Kudler, backhanded pass. Now towards Punler. Happy to play that one off the glass, but only finds Ryan Annesley. Detroit going out wide, looking for Brucker. And now Cox. The Pass out wide towards Bro, looking for Kyrgios. Couldn't get a clean first touch, and it's been turned over to Graham Strukoff. So now at the moment the Bears are happy just to dump it in the corner. It gobbles up time, play the dump and chase game. So Woodman looking to do it all on his own. Fires, shoots, the shot was wide. So Brooker will leave it now for Strukoff. To Clare looking for Brooker. He'll send that one into the corner. Both sides will make a line change.
You know, Perth Thunder averaged 2 goals in every third period this season. Sorry, the Bears averaged 2 goals, I beg your pardon. And Perth averaged 1.
Well, then Perth are going to have to have a reverse of that average and concede none at the moment. That's the way it's going to be if they're going to take this game at least extra time.
Oh. Tell you what, I wouldn't want a bookie give odds on that.
And at this stage, they're 2 goals behind. Now, it's only 7 minutes left, and you're never one as a coach to
No,
go
you're not going to pull the goalie right now, are you?
But at what stage do you, if the scores remain as is,
okay.
What stage do you start contemplating that?
Well, I'd shorten the bench first, so at 4 minutes to go, I'd be starting to think, what have I got left? What have I got left in my armoury?
So Adams takes the puck and we'll leave it there for Brian Foons. We'll send that one in the corner. Schlamp should get there first. Try a little backhanded pass.
But I'm afraid I wouldn't pull the goalie until at least 2 minutes left on a score 2-0. And stop time.
And now Kudla, David Kudla will clear for the Thunder. Gets it out towards Bro. Leaving for Grand Maison. Finds a bit of space to play with. Shot was wide, and it's been kept in by Cox. Grand Maison is waiting for support. There's none there. I think he was half expecting Bro to head towards the crease. Might be a sign that this Perth Thunder side is starting to get pretty tired. So Punla, just fire and net. So they stopped what they were doing early in the period, prepared to get dirty. Now they're just having shots from the point.
Yeah, and they are trying to do it on an individual basis, which is disheartening.
But back to the point.
But they are controlling the puck, Michael.
Kyrgios just try to throw it into the slot. Now Stephen for the Bears. The blue line.
Oh.
Drive in. Goes for the wraparound attempt. Puck spills free. Shot net there by Brucker. Now pass. Beautiful. So there's a chance now for Vlad Rubes. He gets a shot away. And he's jumped on.
Talk about Perth Thunder to protect the net. DeSalvo had the puck covered.
And you can see 3 teams, 3 presidents. Eric Bowner, president of the Adelaide Adrenaline. And
your mate Rod Johnson's getting shot.
Matt Burrell and Warwick Johns. And out of shot.
And Andy Lembrock, I think, was there as well.
Out of shot several used cans. Anyway. Oh, Rod's helping himself too.
Yeah, look out. They're all getting on a freebie. There we go.
So who were those luminaries anyway, Steve?
It's having to be governors of 4 different teams in the Perth in the AIHL, presidents and governors. But I'm sure Stan's leading that game. They are sponsored by Sandalford Wines, the Perth Thunder. So anyway, Tomic Sack takes the puck away now here for Perth. Moved out now to Terrell Clare. 5:14 to go now here in this second semi-final. Strukov, his pass. Nice roof up there from Kyrgios to try and intercept the puck, but unforced to dump it in are the Thunder there via Webster. Kieran Webster, who hasn't seen much game time tonight. I would have thought he would have got a bit more.
Yeah.
As the Bears now move this out to centre. Adams had his pocket picked there by Woodman. Nice move from him. Webster forced to turn it over though. And Clare will skate it out now here for the Bears. Fires it up ice as Loyal deflects that and cancels out the icing call. You can see the juice has gone out, I think, of the Thunder's attack as Law now over the blue line and to the outside. Sack just forces the one-handed swing in the end. And Law still got it. Just a turnaround shot near side. Great save from DeSalvo, who had Schlamp parked right in front of him. Schlamp now back to the point. Oh, and so just went past Annesley. And he's going to beat Grand Maison comfortably to the puck. But there's that long-range pass there for DeSalvo. He's looking for a long-range pass of his own. Flips it up, but straight to Brian Funes. And all the Thunder trying anything now here to try and catch the Bears on the counter-attack. As Well, glove down there by Bro, who starts out at centre, but Thunder just having to regroup. Keep an eye on Peter DeSalvo, see if he takes a trip to the net in the next, to the bench in the next minute or so. As I'm sure Dave Ruck has got his finger placed precariously close to that button. Picked up now there, looked for it by Bro, just got enough on that to cancel out icing. Annesley's going to beat him back to the puck. Stolen there by Bro, though. Good job from him. And Bro now looking for an outlet. Finds Grant Maison. Nice protection there from Grant Maison. And just can't get through Jeremy Brucker. And the Bears clear to centre. Goodall now, 3:25 to go. Slapped in there by Bro. Uses the opportunity to get himself off the ice and get some fresh Thunder legs onto it. Kiros and Bremner out now as the reinforcements for the Thunder, but the Bears have it through Brucker. Schlamp going towards the net. And Brucker centers. Oh, and up the net and almost in. And almost 3-0. And Peter DeSalvo, well, he said, Geordie's buying me more than one drink tonight for that, and we'll have a whistle.
That was a reflex save if I've ever seen one. How he covered that net. Good job. Good job, DeSalvo. Wow.
And Kiros looks like a man who knows he's buying a few slabs tonight.
Yep, without doubt.
And that would have been a horrible way for their chances to effectively be over as well. An own goal. That would have been an own goal.
There you go.
So the face-off will be with 3 minutes and 7 seconds remaining in the Thunder zone. They just need to dig deep and find something now, the Thunder.
Oof.
They will win the face-off. DeSalvo, though, is forced to glove it.
Yeah, no. The structure of bringing it out, they're going the wrong way. They've got to take it back and go up the hard, go up the fat side and just create confusion.
And I think what you're seeing is a few very tired bodies as well. They're starting to, these little things that we saw there, that's a fatigue type thing.
Yeah, because that's when you make mistakes. That's when muscle memory kicks in.
So from the face-off, won by the Bears. Sent it in the corner looking for Adams. Goodall's there for the Thunder. Up high into the corner. Now Claire for the Bears. Pass didn't go anywhere in particular. So David Goodall has to carry the puck himself. Send that one in the corner, and Eddie Dutoit get there first for the Bears. Chance there for Cox. And Kimlin was alert of that. Makes a save, and that was another fatigue-related mistake you put that down to. So both sides starting to feel a bit tired.
Yeah, well, yeah, but you know what? Kimlin and DeSalvo aren't making mistakes. Their concentration 100%. DeSalvo's looking at Ruck, saying, when do I go? When do I go?
Yep.
And
he should call timeout.
Yeah, but no, he's just saying any time now. Ruck's got to be looking at it and draw the extra player.
So 2:40 to go, and the Thunder looking at pulling Peter DeSalvo, you would think in the next 40 seconds at least.
Yep.
Here's Sack now with the puck. DeSalvo takes another look there at Dave Ruck.
Skate it out, boy. Come on.
And the Thunder, well, that's a little bit incoherent as Goodall has to retreat. 2:22 to go. Down the far side there goes Sack. Oh, he had his pocket picked there here by Dutoit. Dutoit with the moves, gets rocked there by Woodman. And as I said, best player on the ice for the Thunder, and he showed that. Here he is again. Woodman now cutting towards the net. Woodman shoots. Good block there by Funes as DeSalvo staying in net for the time being. Here's Goodall now. Goodall digging at the puck in behind the net. And at the side of it, comes out in front and shipped out there by Adams. 1:51 to go. And it's going to be icing. And we'll get a face-off to the left of Anthony Kimnan.
And it's now time.
I was going to say, remember the situation, was it 2015, where the Perth Thunder goal...
Kirk, was it?
No, it wasn't Heemskirk, one before him. Long-head bloke.
Guggenberg, off the top of my head.
Oh, gonna. Yeah, that's on the tip of my tongue.
He did refuse to come off the bench.
Refused to come off the bench. So
it's one of the more maddest things I've seen. Actually,
with the game in the balance, a one-goal game.
But I'm surprised they haven't called a timeout just to get their top line a bit of a break.
Yeah, the Ruck's doing it. He's looking at it.
Well, DeSalvo's well out of his crease from the face-off, but the Bears have won it, which means he has to go and retreat back to his crease.
They've got control.
So Goodall. Stretch pass only as far as Annesley, which means again DeSalvo stuck in his crease.
Too late. Come on. Put some excitement into the game.
Now Goodall, that's David Goodall, centre ice.
Here we go.
And now he makes the move. So Perth going with the extra attacker.
And we've got the right bloke on Woodman.
And Grand Maison shot was saved by Anthony Kimlin with 1:21 remaining.
2 shots, 1 minute 21 to go. Can it be done?
I think when you're 2 goals down, it's not a 1 goal difference. That I would have, last face-off, I would have started with the extra attacker.
Me too.
Because it's a real gamble. When you're 2 goals down, you really are rolling the dice.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, they're allowing this, even though the hand was up or down.
I don't think Punler got off the ice, though.
Okay.
So they are starting with the extra attacker from the face-off. I think it will remain the case unless the Bears get one short-handed. And from the face-off, the Bears have won it. Ryan Annesley. Couldn't clear. Has it again. Just shovels it out. It's going to be a foot race. Law against Punler. Law gets there first. He touches the puck up. Chance there for Adams. Will he shoot? Will he pass? Just goes around the fence. Still has control of the puck. He's just taunting the Perth Thunder defence right now.
Oh, dearie me.
The Law to Adams. Shot was blocked by Punler. Still the Thunder haven't been able to clear. Surely the Bears have got to score. And they eventually do. Ryan Law scores. They are going to the final tomorrow.
That just sums up the game. Sydney Bears have just stamped their act of class, and they are going to be a worthy opponent tomorrow, the CBR Brave, because Sydney Bears have not lost focus the whole game. Every period they've brought out a different game structure, and they've absolutely bamboozled Perth Thunder, who do play on instinct and passion, but a passion side of their game they haven't brought a lot of tonight. DeSalvo, Woodman, very creditable games and play very well. A few of their other forwards have gone a little bit wanting, but as a team, a collective team, Sydney Bears have played extremely well.
That they have. Brian Foons there, you can see the look in his face.
Yeah, he's a happy man.
Of course, he's won a Goodall Cup before with the Sydney Ice Dogs, so is Anthony Kimlin, so they're going for at least their second. And now it's Kieran Webster. Back out towards Sack, looking for Woodman. Now Jacob Ruck. Sack's also there. Shot was wide. Hacking at that one was Webster with 28 seconds remaining. Atomic Sack. Leave it now for Woodman. Pass up high. Looking for Bro. Scan that one now. It'll be Graham Strukoff. Looking to clear the zone. Salvo happy to play it on. As the clock winds down. And for Sydney Bears, they will be going to their first AIHL Grand Final since 2007 for the Perth Thunder. Again, another year, another final, another semi-final exit.
Well, that's true. They can limit. I mean, DeSalvo's distraught. He gave everything he had in that game. The players are going up to him to commiserate. But on the other end of it, you got the Sydney Bears, worthy winners, absolutely worthy winners. And probably the only team that could take it to CBR Brave coming tomorrow. But the structure and the way the Sydney Bears played is to be applauded tonight.
And unfortunately for the Thunder, another semi-final exit. They're going to have to break that duck eventually.
Yeah.
Look, as you said, Jamie Woodman and Peter DeSalvo were absolutely fantastic for them tonight. Bro and Grand Maison couldn't get into the game. I mean, they had chances, but they just weren't there. Ryan Law for the Bears took the game by the scruff of the neck, as did Charlie Adams. But also, I'd have to say Ryan Annesley and to a lesser extent Etienne Dutoit with the bit players, I think, tonight. But obviously above them all, Anthony Kimlin. I mean, just class, gets the shutout, and well, he's going to have the CBR Brave offense to face tomorrow, and that will be tantalising.
And Jeff, got a question for you, question without notice. As a coach, if you go back to your coaching days with the Melbourne Ice, they went through a period like the Perth Thunder did, continually making finals, continually losing in the semi-finals. When you get to this stage now, when you've lost this many, how big is the mountain to climb to take that next step?
It is. And the way it works is that you've got to have a stellar season to break that monkey off your back. In other words, you've got to end up on top and be minor premiers. That's the best way to get rid of that monkey. But for mine, I'm really looking forward to tomorrow because you're right. It's Anthony Kimlin and the structure of the Sydney Bears versus the the offensive class of CBR Brave, who did not get out of first gear in their first final win tonight. So it's all looking forward to it. But the class of Sydney Bears, we've got to applaud it tonight. Slant, their captain, played well. Everyone contributed on that team tonight for the Sydney Bears.
It's been the motto of Bears hockey this season.
Yeah.
Everybody plays their role.
And what I like about the way they play is their stick-to-stick passes are exactly that. And Rubes is wearing some good colour dye in his hair.
At least he's got hair to put it in, Jeff.
Yeah, but there's not one grey hair in his head. What's going on there?
It's the Euro look, mate.
Oh, is that what it is?
The check in him.
Yeah, there you go.
And why wouldn't you when you're playing in a team this good and you don't worry about coaching anymore?
Yeah, that's it. They might rename the team.
The Vlad Rubes Bears.
Yes, exactly.
TM. Sydney Rubes.
Have a look at him. Good on him.
But there are a few Bears that were in that last Goodall Cup side. And we just mentioned Vlad Rubes. I think Michael Slant was there. Adrian Esposito, I think, was there as well.
Thomas Lander now with the Newcastle North Stars.
Yeah.
So, it's been a long time between drinks, but it's been even longer. It's been the longest for any Canberra-based club because they have never won it. So,
And so whatever happens, the Goodall Cup is going north of the Murray tomorrow.
Without doubt. Without doubt.
Whether the ACT or New South Wales.
Yep.
We're just waiting for the Bears, actually.
I think they're going to let Perth Thunder have theirs first.
They're looking at each other awkwardly. Who's going to go first?
Yeah, no, the losers first.
The standoff.
The losers first.
And so Perth Thunder salute their fans. And it should be said, a lot of people, much like the Bears, didn't rate the Perth Thunder's chances that highly this season. Coming in, they lost their top two, their top defensive line, the local defensive line. But they've found a way, the Perth Thunder, again, to be competitive and get to be finalists. And the Bears, well, most people had them in Adelaide at the bottom too.
Well, I was just going to say, would you have picked this at the start of the season to see the Sydney Bears?
No.
No. No one did. I don't think anyone did. I think,
And I don't think even the Sydney Bears predicted they'd be in the finals. You told them before the season you make the final, they'd be like, get out.
Yeah.
I think Fumes is, I've got a new fan in Fumes. What do you think?
He's going to meet you in the tunnel afterwards.
Yeah, I think he's going to knock me head off.
I thought he was going to donate some hair for you.
Yeah, I think that's more the point. No, they're a happy bunch.
But it does set up a salivating final tomorrow. The top two teams in the ladder, as I said, in the regular season, they've made the grand final. I think one team with a defensive structure that can counter the CBR Brave, especially if they get an early lead.
Yeah, well, tell me, would the chairman of the AIHL be very happy at the moment?
Oh, come on, Jack. There we go again with this rubbish.
He probably will be, just as you were very happy last year.
Yes, I was going to say. Oh, no.
Don't buy in.
See the Bears making their way off.
I know another organisation that might not be so happy, but that's a time for another discussion.
There you go.
So Kane Fedor will be one of the last players off the ice.
No, look out. I've just turned around here and I've just got a couple of players here that I just cannot believe there. A couple of the old Marauder mates here. We've got to get them on screen.
But we will be soon be crossing over to Jeff Coop with our player of the game. We're just waiting for him to be ready.
You going up for a drink?
Still on air there, Jeff. Still on air there, Jeff. So, but look, great to see the Bears fans also that made the journey down from Sydney. They came in force this afternoon, as did all the other fans. Let's go down to Jeff Coop, who's standing by with Ron Kaprowski. And Anthony Kimlin, excuse me.
Anthony Kimlin here with me. Anthony, a shutout in a final. It doesn't get much better than that.
Yeah, I mean, the boys, they committed to the system, and we had the best goals against in the league this year, and it showed tonight as well, which was great.
That save against Jonathan Bremner in the second period. Be honest, did you have any idea where that was?
I either really thought he was going to shoot right away, and then I kind of lost an edge, and if he got it a little higher, probably wouldn't have went in, to be honest. So he had a great game. He hit that crossbar. I didn't even see that shot. So, I mean, he had a great game.
What does it mean for you to come back to an organisation like the Bears? Last year was a bit of a rough year. Everyone wrote you off at the start of this year. Now you're in the grand final.
Look, it means a lot. I mean, we've had a lot of support from the fans that have been, consistent. We knew that we had something there with the core group of guys, and look, it just takes hard work, and the team's really just come together.
Brave tomorrow. The last time it didn't go so well, but you have beaten them already this year before. What's the secret for Anthony Kimlin to get the win tomorrow?
No secret, really. I mean, they're a great team, and we'll respect that. And it's pushing this league to a higher level than it's ever been before. Just work as hard as we can and do the best we can.
Fantastic game, Anthony. Well done.
Thanks.
Well, thanks, Jeff. And so to wrap things up here at O'Brien Group Arena, it is the Sydney Bears who progressed to the 2018 Grand Final presented by Air Canada, who is the only airline to offer non-stop flights from Sydney, Brisbane and Melbourne to beautiful Vancouver, where it can take you to more than 120 destinations across Canada and the US, including New York. To find out more, contact your travel agent or visit aircanada.com. They defeated the Perth Thunder 3-0. My name's Michael Clough, on behalf of my co-commentators Steve White and Paul Jaffa-Watson. We'll see you for the Grand Final.